Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated.
So you're a clone guy, like it really clone guy. Just can't get clone guy. Just always so cloned guy. I'm that bad type. Make your mama the cloned type. Make your girlfriend cloned type. I don't know if that's a good one. Might seduce your clone type. I'm the bad batch. Duh.
I can't believe you went with that one.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, good.
Thank you, Koda.
I mean,
Wait. Did you hear something, Kyle?
I did, and I see something. It's not silent anymore.
Oh, he's off his training.
It's a real Koda.
Oh my God. Well, we'll introduce him. Let's get
Wait,
the
where?
introductions out of the way here. So welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom, where we are two 30 to 40 something year olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle, and you guys might know us from the from online, from the Twitches as Guyver UNT01. It's Chris over here. I'm getting better at this. And K Sig, that's K_SIG, that's me. And then down below is Mr. Koda. Hey, it's
Jedi
really weird Hollywood
Master
squares.
Koda.
Jedi Master
Hello,
Koda.
Master. It's been a
also-
while.
He's
Also
back from his
streams as-
training.
Krixda? Krixd.
Yeah.
You still streaming?
I have not streamed in a hot minute, but I'm going to start again soon.
Do it.
Well, it's
Do it.
because, to be fair, he's been training. He took a
Yeah.
vow of silence for
He
his
did.
training.
Mhm.
So we're glad you're back. How did your training go?
Good. I shoved Maul down a trash compactor and
Ooh.
told him that he was half a Sith.
Oh, I mean, you're not wrong, but
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it was fun.
yeah. So we are going to talk about episode 7 of the Bad Batch called Battle Scars. These past 2 episodes were great. We're going to start with 7.
Mhm.
We're going to try a new format tonight and attempt to do 8 along with it. If we start running along on 7, we're just going to do 8 separately. So we're going to try something. And, if we end up doing it this other way, if you guys like the new way we're doing it, let us know. But
Mhm.
we've also had, multiple people tell us they like the breakdown.
Nobody tells
So-
me anything. You hear all the info.
Yeah, well, it's because I ask.
Oh,
Oh, well, there we go. Koda, how do you like it?
I love the breakdown because I get to express my extremely nerdy side. So,
Well, we're talking about how we do it normally without you all.
I like the breakdown.
Cool. See? So,
See?
that's like 7 people.
Yeah.
So, that's like
like
7.
75%
one more
of
than
our
6.
listener base. So,
Hey, you know what? If you two in Ireland like it that way, let us know too.
Yeah.
And the one in France.
So, got one, another one.
another one.
Another one.
Another one.
It's a
lot
bit
of
hot
ones.
fire.
Oh, I got to bring him back.
Can you bring him back for like a Star Wars thing with me?
You want me to do a redneck Jedi?
Yeah, I'll just do it like as Bucky the entire time.
Oh, He's gonna wait.
he's gonna blow up.
He's gonna wave his hand. He go, that ain't the droid you looking at.
Them ain't the droid y'all's looking for.
No,
How much you want that droid for?
This ain't the Rambo you're looking for.
Where'd y'all get that kyber crystal?
Redneck Jedis.
God, that'd be so fun.
Well, let's dive into Battle Scars. Or say it like the Emperor.
Battle Scars.
Yes! In the face!
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go.
All right, good stuff. Nice.
Good stuff. Real,
yes.
real hot mic. Hot mic.
Yes.
Real hot mic.
Soon.
Oh,
Galaxy.
ooh, Chavo.
What happens when we don't get together like this for what, 4 weeks or however?
4 weeks.
3 weeks.
Has it really been?
Yep.
It's only been 3.
I've only done 3 silent Kodas or 2. So
2.
I've only
this
done 2
is-
silent
But
Kodas.
this
Yeah,
is the second episode.
It's been 3
Okay.
weeks.
it's been a bit, but now we're back.
It's 4. We did 2 episodes of Silent Koda. And we're doing 2 episodes tonight.
It's not 4, it's 3.
This would have been the 3rd silent Koda,
Yes.
and the next one would have been the 4th. But he's here.
Oh, it has been 4 weeks. Fuck.
About 4 weeks time, yeah, but not 4 episodes. Whatever.
I would.
Math,
Okay.
calendar
You know
math.
what?
Guy's trying to shoot him.
Look over there.
Oh, look, a butterfly.
Time behaves differently in the podcast.
It does. Real hot podcast. Real hot podcast. So they're shooting at the Bad Batch. Clone
Yeah,
Force
pew, pew.
99.
There's some pew pews happening.
Okay. So, Coda, what kind of ships are those chasing their shuttle?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know what their model is, but that's the ones that they have from
Don't believe in anything anymore.
Camino, isn't it?
I
That
do.
they're flying around there.
No, I thought it kind of looked more like the ones that the Pikes had.
Kind of. It's real hard to get a real good shot at it. They almost look like the old Jedi cruisers. Or,
Yeah, it kind of
ships.
remind me of those, huh?
Yeah. So basically, when we're starting off, they're in a bad spot right now. And they're getting shot at, and apparently the systems are offline. And they can't get the Echo and Tech are trying to, Tech's flying, Echo's trying to get the systems back up. Not being successful, apparently, it looks like it. And, Uncle Wrecker is making sure Echo is safe. Or, not Echo, Omega is safe. So, are you guys just seeing more of a Big Brother vibe at this point from Wrecker?
Yeah. I see Omega she's becoming more and more. Okay, so first she was kind of lashed onto Hunter a little bit
Right.
more. And she's branching out through the rest of the Bad Batch now, and like you see the relationship with her and Wrecker like really growing.
Yeah, kind of like there was that little bit with Echo. Like we saw her interact with a little bit with like Wrecker earlier in the
Mhm.
past couple episodes, and then like after we saw that little bit, she started hanging with Wrecker more and more and more, and she hung out with Echo. Echo was teaching her how to shoot the bow.
So you think we're gonna get this slow buildup of her being more involved with the rest of the group until we have whatever the culmination of the arc for this season is?
Mm-hmm.
So like Tech will probably be next, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I'm really glad that the style hasn't changed. Like instead of arcs like Clone Wars or like Rebels was, where it was time jumping all over the place. I
Mhm.
like that it's one right after another.
Linear.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mandalorian style.
Yeah.
Because Chris hates time travel and time jumping.
I do. It makes my head hurt. But I love Doctor Who. But I hate nature.
Hey, what about the world between worlds? Does that count?
Yeah, that'll count.
All right.
All right. That's good.
All right. It's peachy.
Thank you, Tech Powers.
Anyway,
So this thing that they went to go get, we're assuming they're still on missions from Sid.
And I do like that there's showing that some time has passed and they've continued to do some stuff for Sid without having
Right.
to show us every little thing that they've done for Sid. Because they could have easily made those like little filler things.
Right. Because we know from the last episode. No, I think it was this episode. I'm getting the episodes confused. That's what happens when we're off for a week.
It's not the next episode.
Well, No, when Sid talks about that they owe them.
Dang it. I wish I could have done that better.
I know what you're saying.
That was so bad.
Yeah, it was. But it was so good.
You know, I'm gonna clip this out of the podcast somehow and just like have that little do do from Kasich as one of my sound alerts.
You know what?
Twitch.
That'll be my raid sound.
You need to pick something way better. So,
Or that's
unless you
the
don't have my
bitty
face
sound.
in it while I'm doing it, then
Oh, you know what would be good for like a raid sound? Just like that. Oh, bump it away!
oh fuck!
Oh, fuck!
Oh, you guys aren't going to get these jokes, but we love them.
Yeah.
Remember how we said on the early onset of our podcast that we think we're funny?
Mm-hmm. Because we are.
Because we're hilarious and we're really, really funny to each other. Not necessarily you all.
You know what I miss? I miss playing, right? Because like I miss your old microphone. You know your shitty one.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could hear, and your old chair, because you could hear when you were laughing in your chair, because you'd like go back and it'd creak, and you could hear it in your microphone.
He's saying he doesn't like your upgrade.
I've made great upgrades.
You have real
chair's
hot
so
upgrades.
comfy. Yeah,
That's a
real
hot mic.
It's a nice upgrade. It's a hot mic.
Real hot mic, Koda.
Yeah, that old mic would do that, and then sometimes the internal EQ would just like totally screw up on it, and I would go full like
His balls will drop.
This one, yeah, my voice would go like this for no reason.
and I couldn't hear my voice in my headphones because I had no monitoring going on. So like I would be playing for like 2 hours like that, and nobody would tell me until finally someone was like, "Hey, sounds like your balls dropped." I'm like, "Oh fuck, I got to reset my mic now." Yeah.
Bring me the last unicorn
I did a whole
and
long,
K6 balls.
a whole long like super serious role play event thing that happened with my voice like that, and didn't realize it until after. But it made it so much better.
Could have been worse. You could have been Bronco and been like,
Hey, you guys need your trucks detailed?
I'm glad it went
Anyone?
the deep way instead of the highway. Wait, yeah.
Imagine,
you know what? So I don't think we're gonna get to the second episode.
No, we can do it. We got rein her back
Wait.
in.
Oh no, hold up. One more like scroll moment. Imagine like if like my microphone like just fucked up and then I'm playing Bucky.
Oh, you're doing very good. Oh my god.
Oh,
I
you guys that don't know, you just don't know. If you
just got
knew, you'd be
introduced to
laughing your
this,
ass off.
so
Yeah,
it's funny.
we're slowly filling Guyver in.
Oh, you've been showing him. Okay. Anyway,
Yep.
episode.
Episode.
So
Things.
episode. So they've captured some sort of creature that these other people are after, and it looks like some sort of weird space armadillo to me. It gets knocked loose, and of course it jumps on Wrecker's face, and he's like, "Get it off! Get it off!"
Or as my nephew calls them, armadillos.
Armadillos.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the best kind to have.
Yeah,
They
he'll see-
roll right into you.
yeah. I mean, we're in like rural Oklahoma. You see him everywhere, and he'll yell and point him out like, "There's an armadillo!"
Armadillos. Be careful of the big ones.
Mm-hmm. They're harder to catch.
They are
Once you get one, you know it. So
slippery too.
slippery little devils.
And of course, Omega's like, "Stay calm, you're scaring her." And the thing's name is Ruby. And, it's just mass chaos at this point. Omega recaptures Ruby. They get the hyperdrives back online. What were you going to say, Koda?
I literally, when I was watching this, I thought Omega like hit it and like it died.
Squished it.
It squished it like a bug. And so I started laughing.
Omega's mean streak. She's like, "I whacked it in the head."
Oh.
It's
Omega
fine.
gives in to the dark side.
Yes, little Omega. Okay, let's go.
Omega, what are you going to go for as Halloween? The Emperor.
I wish I could do a New Zealand accent and then just like add the Emperor voice on it.
You better start practicing in
work
the
on that.
bathroom then.
I want that to be a thing.
What, New Zealand Emperor?
In the bathroom.
Yeah. Would you say crikey a lot? Would that be a thing?
Rocky.
Rocky. Oh, that's awesome.
I love the way she says tech. Tech.
Tick. Yep.
Take.
That high Kiwi accent.
Mm-hmm.
Rekka?
Rekka and Tech. Yeah.
Hunter? Rekka? Tech? Yeah.
I adore Omega. I really do.
Mhm.
She's,
I love her.
I think she's quickly becoming one of my favorites.
Oh, but I said that I liked her like how many episodes ago?
I
And
like
no.
her first, guys.
I was the first. Yeah, but you've been off on training for 4 weeks.
Yeah, we can't help that. We got no control over that.
I'm sorry I keep wetting the bed. It is not something I can control.
Well, you need to tell Zach to quit putting your hand in a warm bowl of water at night.
That's what
I don't know if it's a warm bowl of water.
Damn it, wrong button.
That's what she said.
There it is.
Oh. It would have been better if it was that I'm gonna doodle.
I'm gonna have one of those.
I'll just record it for you on Audacity. And
Okay. And send it to
Anyway.
me.
Oh, this might be good. Cover photo. All right. Let's move on. You guys start talking. I'm getting this photo right here. Hold on.
Okay.
Hello?
I can hit play. I'll carry forward. And the jump. And they lose them. So
I love that Sid's a Trandoshan.
I do too. A small one,
a wee little one.
but Sid's basically telling him, I'll do any job as long as I get paid. So, and this is the most full we've seen her bar.
Yeah, she's got a whole 4 patrons.
And that's way more than
No, we got 3. Well, yeah. 5.
That's more than we've seen. It was just the
IG88 heads.
where?
Did you see that?
You did what?
Where?
IG88 heads.
Oh,
Oh,
Right
those
there.
are.
I just noticed that.
I did. I'm glad you pointed that out. I thought that was like a drink dispenser.
well, maybe she converted them.
Yeah, so like that's actually some like movie Star Wars trivia. So in A New Hope, the like drink dispensers in the cantina,
Yeah.
they actually repurposed that for IG88's head in Empire. Yeah.
And so now
Really?
it's a reverse repurpose. Oh, well.
So I think that's kind of like a little subtle nod back to that.
So do you think
that's
those are
cool.
the original drink dispensers, or those are repurposed IG88 heads to be drink dispensers?
I think it's
I think I broke his brain.
I think you did too.
fuck. Yeah, I don't know. But I just that actually hurts my brain right now.
Oh, look at Hunter. That might be a good picture right there.
Those are IG88 heads.
He looks like he's blowing out like birthday candles.
Oh, he's going. He's doing some cat calls. Hey, girl. But he's looking at Wrecker. Those are. I don't know now. I don't know if that's a dispenser or the head.
I don't know. There's like clone helmets, Mandalorian helmets in her place.
She's got a
so,
lot
like,
of shit. It's like she was on whatever version of the Star Wars Facebook Marketplace is and just got everything to repurpose it. Now it's all shabby chic.
It's what planet are they on?
it's not
Han's
Corellia. Is it
Yeah.
Corellia?
Yeah, it's Corellia.
They're on Corellia?
Yeah, on Han's home planet.
No, I thought they went to Corellia in the one episode.
Oh yeah, he's right.
Oh yeah.
They're on
that-
Ord Mantell, right?
Right.
Is that Ord Mantell? Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Yeah. Dang it, Chris.
So, Well, you know what? There's a lot that we have to remember here with 4 episodes that we're doing in a couple days. So,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
What-
Two
That's
of
why you
these,
got
2
me.
Lokis.
Oh, you guys are doing Loki too?
We did Loki yesterday, and
Oh.
doing Loki again tomorrow night.
we are.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
We got some good theories going already.
Yep, we do.
I have my own, but this is the Bad Batch one.
Yeah. So listen to the Loki episodes if you guys want to hear those.
Uh-huh. So Loki is being released tomorrow. Well, this will be released after the Loki, so it's reverse order for you guys listening. And girls, ladies, females, non-binary, whoever's listening to this.
Mhm.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not classifying anyone. That's not our point in this show. So we have Wrecker and Omega. They're up to something, and Hunter calls them out on it. And I thought this was hilarious. He's like, "What are you two up to?" And Wrecker's like, "The mission's over. Can we go?" It's like my 4-year-old. Like literally like my 4-year-old. Can I go? I'm done with dinner. I can see Wrecker going, "Can I have Berserk now?" Yes, you can have Berserk, Wrecker. Except Wreckers would be like a thermal detonator.
Yep.
So they're up to something. And he's like, again, and Wrecker's like, it's tradition. So it makes the kid happy. And apparently it's he and Omega, like we said, they started bonding and they did this little dance
And run away.
And then we see the only hooded character in there, it just closes in on their eyes under the hood.
You have to learn not to trust hooded characters like 75% of the time.
Like Hoodie.
Yeah, like Hoodie.
Does Hoodie listen to this?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Hoodie.
I don't know. I was RPing with him the other day,
I bet he
like
listens.
yesterday. Yeah, I bet he does.
I bet he does too. We'll really find out.
We'll find out real quick.
Mhm.
I've got he doesn't.
Oh, the over under on it. Okay.
Hey, I could always just sneak a little bit of meta in here, and then we'll actually know.
Do it. Okay, so go ahead, Coda.
No, keep going.
I said, then they get back into Sid's office. She's like, here you go. Here's your cut. It's this giant case of creds. And she hands them just the itty bitty living space worth.
How much creds are on each little block, I wonder? Because that can't be like 1 cred each. So is it like 100 creds?
I don't know. I've never read anything where they actually delve into the currency system.
If it was Republic credits, I could tell you, but I have no idea for Imperial.
I bet it's less
Probably.
because the Empire's, not exactly out to help the people.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I have no clue. How much is on each stick in Republican credits?
It's anywhere. So depending on the color, I believe the silver ones are 5 credits, and the gold ones are 10.
Okay. Where did you find that? Where'd you learn that?
A book.
Which book?
I don't remember.
Well, you're still
I think
10
it was-
steps ahead of Kyle and I.
Cite your sources.
I think it was the Dark Disciple book, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, that's more than we know. So if anyone can confirm if it was Dark Disciple or not, let us know.
I need to read more.
You need to learn how to read. Next thing we have is Hunter saying, Coda just snickered. You said that the job paid 3 times this, and so they're actually pissed because we know that they are still needing the money, and apparently badly. I like that picture too. Sid said, for me, not you. And, they're all arguing with her. How is this beneficial to both of us? And she's like, well, you're breathing considering the debt you owe me. And they're like, what debt? And so she throws this little
A data pad.
It's a data pad, Adam, and Hunter's reading it. Talking fees, port charges, gear, fuel, rations, and 20 cartons of Mantel mix. And I think he put 2 and 2 together there at that point. Next thing you know, we see Wrecker
This was so
and
good.
Omega with 2 cartons of Mantel mix, which suspiciously look like everlasting gobstoppers or gigantic burnt peanuts.
I kind of thought it looked like flavored popcorn.
You know what I got? Did you guys ever watch Spy Kids?
Yes.
You know, like that weird gum candy thing?
Yes.
That's what it kind of reminded me of.
I'll go with that.
I'm going with gourmet popcorn.
Space popcorn.
It's
I like
space popcorn.
Gigantic burnt peanuts, or the French peanuts, or whatever they are. Little red ones.
Well, yeah.
And they're bumpy.
You guys out there know nothing worse
I
than
was
the
gonna.
bumpy peanuts.
If
I
you
was
have
gonna
a
say-
bumpy peanut, go see a doctor immediately.
They're burnt Twi'lek testicles.
The more you know.
They squeeze them off from their tentacles.
Just
Could you imagine somebody just like?
Well, can you imagine if their testicles were in their tentacles and someone just going up behind them and just squeezing them?
That's a terrible place to have your testicles.
They have to wear like a jock strap on the back of their head. That would be awesome.
Oh, we are the worst type of people.
Well, yeah.
It's
But we
okay.
find ourselves funny. Next thing you know, this do you know what species she is?
Hentoran.
Okay, that's right. She's yelling at him. That'll be 14 credits for the Mantel mix. So there's where more of the costs are coming from. And this is the kind of shit, like, I'll
7.
admit, I never thought of either. Like, if
20.
you're on the run,
So up to this point, they've spent 140 credits on Mantel mix.
which is awesome. They really like Mantel mix.
I don't know if that's expensive or not. I don't know the exchange rate.
But apparently they're doing a lot of it.
Mhm.
And of course, they don't have any money. So, like, put it on Sid's tab.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do like, if you look at that video game machine back there, the Clone Trooper helmet on it.
Yep,
I think we pointed to that out a couple episodes ago.
we did. Like it kind of looked like a slot machine.
I think it kind of reminds me of like certain like things from the Star Wars pinball game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which that is out on VR now too.
I have VR.
I also have VR.
I
should
don't
play
because I'll
VR
probably
Coda.
puke. I
We
tried.
should. We should. Do you need to get Blade and Sorcery with the mods, and then we get the multiplayer, and then we can fight each other with lightsabers.
Okay, message me all that so I can get it this week.
Because he's not going to remember it.
Oh, Coda, you and I can do, well, K6 with us too. We can do Phasmo in VR.
Oh my god, yes. I'm bad at Phasmo, and I haven't
terrible
played,
at
but I
Phasmo.
like it.
I always die.
I'm like level 8.
I'm like level 8 too. Brother! Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers got to blow each other's candles out.
Wait, what?
Or yeet books at each
Phasmo.
other when they're dead.
Oh, blow it. Okay, from the. Okay, I got you now.
Where are you thinking, sir?
I don't know where you're going with that.
Is
Coda
he
got
finger
it.
fucking his phone again?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he didn't even hear what I said.
No, he did.
Okay, Kyle's like, why you bully me?
You're gonna be picking on me all the time.
I'm bleeding, making me the victor.
Oh, you're gonna be picking on me.
Kyle's getting beat. Okay, we're back at the bar, and we see the guy, the hooded figure, sitting by himself on Pervro.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the snail guy who can talk because he's got the little voice box.
It's a Thorian.
The Thorian.
I said Ithorian.
The Ithorian.
Yeah, and he's got the White Walker behind him.
What
That's
species
a
is
weak
that?
way.
That is a weak way because that's what Hondo was, wasn't he? A weak way.
In the Marquez sisters arc in the Clone Wars, it's the same people that were in the jail.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Except for
Like-
he's got a translator now.
Yes.
He's moving up in the world.
Moving
So-
on up.
I will tell you, I do love Hondo. He's one of my all-time favorite characters, and I really, really hope he makes an appearance in this.
I think he will.
I think he will too. He's a great character.
He's
Voiced by
funny.
the legendary Jim Cummings, who's also the voice of
It's Winnie the Pooh,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
most famous for it. Yep. So, he comes up and he
I
says,
know things.
I know things. Hey, you're in my seat. Move it. You know, they're strong sliming him. Because he's a snail. And the weak way is like, he's ignoring you, and they're just basically telling the guy, move it. You're in trouble if you don't. Come back. We see Sid just telling him, I'm not running a charity. You need a big score for us to be square. So she's basically saying, get something big. And she kind of rubs it in their face that they bungled the tactical droid. If you remember the tactical droid, they actually had it, but they gave it away. So
I
which
thought
was
they would have at least made a copy of the data that they.
I
Right.
thought they
off
would
of
have
it?
too.
Yeah, that would have made too much sense.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be that tactical droid head. I thought it was gonna be the tactical droid head we ended up seeing in Rebels.
Yeah, I did too.
That's what I thought. And then it got bloated up.
Got exploded.
Exploded. Okay, here's an interesting coda. Since you were silent last episode, who do you think they were talking to on the communication? What's your
When?
theory?
Oh, who do you think they were?
Mm-hmm.
The person we're about to see?
You think it was? Or you
It's
think it
the
was
same
Ahsoka?
cloak.
But everyone has that cloak.
There's not a really wide variance of cloaks in the galaxy.
I think there's only one
That's
cloak
fair.
maker in the galaxy.
And there's one guy, and he's doing really well.
Well, no, he's not doing well anymore because all the Jedi are cloaking.
Well, he was doing good. He'd probably.
Well,
Hope
no.
he had a good-
Remember
good-
Return. Leia had the cloak.
Well, it's like 3 cloaks.
There's a
Leia
lot
had
of
one.
cloaks. He's a good maker. He has
Luke
a
had one
solid
in
product.
Return.
Yeah.
So that's 2 more. cloaks.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, well, he bounced back. Hopefully, he made it through and really
I
survived.
think he did.
The Great
After
Cloak
s-
Recession.
After cloak recession and space COVID happened.
Yeah,
I think
space
he made it through it.
The blue shadow virus.
They hear a blaster and they go running. They go running out, and then they see the 2 guys running out the door. Next thing you know, the character there is holding a blaster, and you see this gauntlet with this blue stripe. At this point, I knew it was a clone, but I wasn't exactly sure who at this point yet.
I knew it, who it was.
Liar!
I knew.
I'm going to
Kyle.
believe Coda.
Damn it! Circle
Okay,
does not get the
I
square.
knew. Okay, I knew who it was, and here's my reasoning.
Go
I
for
knew
it.
who it was when I saw the eyes. When I saw the eyes, I knew it was a clone, and then it confirmed my suspicion. Because if you remember when they were talking to Cut, they were like, "Oh, Rex came by not that long ago."
And we knew it
So
was a matter of
we-
time, right?
it was a matter of time. And like, what other clone had their?
Chip out.
Mhm.
Yep. He pulls back his hood, and it's Rex, who is my all-time favorite clone. Anyway. And they're like, Rex. And if you remember, Rex is a G1 clone. First gen clone. So being a first gen clone, he's also one of the oldest clones, and he's a rarity for surviving that long too. So
Not
I think
a lot
who
of the
else was-
Gen 1s. Cody was.
Cody, he and
Well.
Cody and Wolf was one, wasn't he?
hmm Gregor.
Gregor was one also.
Who also was one?
Cut. Cuts was
Cut.
Gen 1.
Mm-hmm. There was
And-
another one that was very famous.
Echo was Gen 2, I think, wasn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Keep looking that up and we'll go on.
Yeah, keep going.
Because we're only 4 minutes in.
Oh yeah.
We're
Fuck.
We're 35 minutes into this.
Okay, let's keep going.
And it's like, fuck, another clone.
Don't
Don't
be
get
hilarious
comfy
if that's
here.
what she would have actually said.
Yeah.
It's like they get one through the whole series and they use it right then.
Well, you get one. I
Hmm.
love that. It's just like, I'm not running a clone clubhouse. Who do you think Sid's voice is?
Huh?
Did you listen to the previous Bad Batch episodes we did? I mean, you were here for them, but
I mean, I couldn't speak. I only listened to the last one, not the one before the last one.
so do you think we're right and it's Rio Perlman is Sid's voice?
That is actually a good guess.
So he didn't hear the first
Nope.
client.
He didn't hear it at all.
Because I think my theory is she's wearing pearls, like kind of pearls around her. So that's kind of your Easter egg. And it sounds like her.
I think it is.
I could hear that.
She's uncredited because I've looked everywhere for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Koda's going to his sources.
Go. Good. If you prove me wrong, even better.
Off to
But
the
I haven't
dark
been able to
web.
find
It is
anything.
Ray Perlman.
They finally credited her?
Mm-hmm.
Because they didn't when we were looking at it first 2 episodes.
It's not credited, but there was an interview and somebody asked it.
Oh, cool. Well, it is her. Yeah, she's still uncredited.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to. Why you wouldn't be would want to be uncredited on fucking Star Wars, like
Because
you
she's
know.
uber famous and she doesn't. She's doing it for fun.
For funsies.
For funsies. She's getting those Cheers residuals.
Yeah. That mailbox money.
Mailbox money, yeah. They ask Rex where he's been, and he's like, it's a long story. And they're like, we got time. And they're all sitting down drinking now. And, Rex is just saying he's keeping a low profile.
So what are the tally marks on his gauntlets?
That was
Pretty sure
I
it's like
don't-
a droid thing, or
yeah.
the number of battles he's been in.
Okay.
And
See
Rex
it-
has been in a lot.
Yeah, 'cause
Or
he's got one arm full and then both like hand parts.
See, there was my proof. He said, "How'd you know where to find me?" He said, "The Martez sisters."
okay,
Ah, okay.
And at
I
the
missed
end,
that. I
Ro-
completely missed that part.
yeah, Rafa was like, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, he's asking, who is that? Omega. She's a clone like us. Rex looks confused. Yeah, who is she? Omega, she's clone like us. And then in walks Wrecker and Omega. And Wrecker gives him a big old brother hug. And Omega's like, I thought you don't like Regs. And it's like, this one we do. And, they introduce Omega to Rex. And Rex goes down. And notice he doesn't like lord over her, but he gets down to her level.
Yeah.
And he says, I've met many clones in my time, but never one like you. And that just reminds you he's Rex, just the way he talks. It's just it's matter of factly, but it's very empathetic at the same time. And I think that's what set Rex apart from a lot of the other clones, for me at least. So Omega goes up and looks at him weirdly and kind of freaks out Rex. And she knew right away, you're a Gen 1.
This kind of reminds me of the scene from Hook. I was like waiting for her to reach up and like push on his face.
Yes.
Like, oh, there you are, Peter.
There you are, Peter. Play with us. And then Wrecker throws like a bottle at Omega's face.
It'd been great.
That would have been awesome.
I would
Yells
love-
bangarang. Rex is just, kind of laughing, says, I guess I've been around. And Wrecker's like, you got that right. He's like, oh, I need a med patch. And he grabs his head, and Rex knows right away what's going on. He said, what's wrong? He's like, nothing, just a headache. And he's like, which are becoming more frequent, Tech said. He's like, is that so? And then all of a sudden you see Omega look kind of scared. And Tech still can't confirm these chips. He's like, if you're concerned about these so-called inhibitor chips, don't be. And in a very Tech way, he just says, because we're fucked up clones, it doesn't affect us. And you can tell they're not worried about it because Hunter's just sitting there drinking like nothing's going on.
Like you could feel this tension like starting to build and build and build.
Yep. And, Rex is looking at him. He's like, you haven't removed your chips? And Tech's like, no, not yet. And then all of a sudden he does the cowboy thing and shows his blaster. And then he reaches for his blaster and they're like, Rex. And Rex just so not nicely tells him that you're a threat unless you get that removed, like even to Omega. So this, your time bombs, and like Kyle was saying, you could cut the tension in the air at this scene. Mm-hmm. He's like, I've seen what happens when the ship activates. I don't want to bury any more of our brothers. And all of a sudden,
so he's put several down himself.
Yeah. And he's like, it's not something you control. And he's like, I couldn't. It's not a risk you want to take. And then it gets them all thinking, and they look at Omega. And they're like, how do we get him out? And then this puts Rex at ease, and he says, I'll be in touch. Next thing you know, they're traveling the cosmos. They're in hyperspace. And then Gonki's still there, which cracks me up.
So I wonder if that's going to be the same ammo droid that shows up in New Hope, or is he smaller? Is Gonki shorter?
I never thought about that.
I never did either.
I was watching New Hope the other day, and I was thinking about that.
Could it be Gonki?
Yeah.
Could be. You never know.
If it end up,
there's a ton of ammo droids, but you just never know.
Yeah, that'd be cool if they make that happen.
They need some sort of defining mark on them. Tech is making this device still, which he should have finished 2 episodes ago, to detect the chips, to find them. And we're trying to figure out where they're going. And they said, they get there and Omega's like, what is this place? And they're like, a starship graveyard. I started getting really excited at this point because I'm like, are they doing a tie-in with what, Koda?
Jedi Fallen Order.
And I'm like, no. I'm like, well, it is Jedi Fallen Order is canon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, we'll see.
So,
but yeah.
That means Cal Kestis is literally somewhere on this planet right now.
At this point in time. Which is awesome. Mm-hmm. So Jedi Fallen Order is a video game where Koda, you want to do a quick rundown of that? You can probably explain it better than I can.
Jedi Fallen Order is a video game that's set after the events in kind of the same timeline, but a little bit later of Order 66. It follows a young Jedi Padawan who survived Order 66 and is on a quest to help rebuild the Jedi Order. And through all that, he encounters Inquisitors, and you see Order 66 from his perspective. And at the end of Order 66, he ended up right on this planet.
So it's a scrapper planet.
Oh.
The game's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be doing Twitch live streams, breaking down and doing trivia and stuff.
Are you gonna do a playthrough on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Keep me in the loop on that.
Yeah, let us
I
know.
will. For sure. I'm gonna love it.
Um, next thing you know, they're landing inside one of the ships, and you see Rex walking over to them. And what kind of ship is that behind them?
It's the Y-wing from the finale of Clone Wars.
Oh, was that it?
Look at it. It's blue.
Oh, it is.
I wish they would have had his armor had the blaster shot.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have kept that in Rex's armor.
Yeah. Oh, that's Rex's ship that he came in on. That's what it is. Yep.
There's a hammerhead.
Where? Oh, it
Top
is,
left.
isn't it? That's the top of a hammerhead.
Mm-hmm.
See, I thought that was the top of like one of the Star Destroyers, the Jedi ships, because it kind of looks like the top too. But no, you're right. That is a hammerhead.
So is this supposed to be all Jedi ships on this planet, or is it a mix?
It's a mix. It's wherever starships were destroyed, they bring them to this planet to
Okay.
get dismantled.
So it's not one side or the other. It's
I guarantee you there's separatist ships all over. I guarantee you there's like convoy ships.
It actually kind of looks like there's a separatist ship kind of right there in
The one on the right?
on the right to the, you know what I mean? Like one of them dome ones.
Yeah, the one on the back. You mean like very, very back?
Yeah.
Yep. Because there's definitely a Republic cruiser right there.
That's a Jedi cruiser for sure.
The one in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bad problem with this. I'm pointing at it like you can see it, but yeah.
I know, that's why I'm trying to like think of landmarks and stuff.
But it all looks the same. And then he says, I had my chip taken out on a Jedi cruiser like that one, and that's where we're headed. Wrecker's like, why'd we land all the way over here? And he's like, everyone down. And here is another point that we see. Who do we see, Koda?
The Scrapper Guild.
So that was kind of a cool throw or a nod.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they look exactly like they do in the game too. So bravo, keeping it the same.
Is the game the only place this planet has shown up?
As far as I know.
Okay.
As far as I know, they made this planet up for the game.
Okay.
Yep. Which I always wondered what they did with like all the old ships, and it makes sense that they melted them down and rebuilt new ones.
Mm-hmm. So and the scrappers made their living doing that. So they're trying to keep, their heads down, and Omega's just impressed by this. And Rex says this is an original. What did he say? I missed that.
Venator class ship.
That's right. Those were the first off the line, weren't they?
Yep.
And then Hunter sees something moving in the water, and he's like, stay above the water line.
Anytime you see dirty water,
something's going to happen.
dirty, scrappy water in Star Wars.
Nothing good ever comes of it.
No. You get like space tetanus.
Space tetanus.
Space tetanus. I love, I don't know what it is. I love Echo's little nub. I don't know what it is.
I'm glad you like it. I don't think Echo likes it quite as much. Koda likes other people's pain.
I wish there would. So I wish there would have been oh my god, I hate you guys. I wish there would have been like I'm glad I'm glad there wasn't, because he couldn't say her name for obvious reasons. But I wish there like that. I think that's the closest we're gonna get to like an Ahsoka nod right now.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Because he can't say her name. Like he can't at all.
Can you explain that?
Well, Ahsoka
For those who don't know.
Yeah, for those that don't know, when he's saying, "Oh, I already had my chip removed," Ahsoka Tano during Order 66 actually you did a force assisted surgery, which is actually really cool. To get his inhibitor chip out. And so when he said I had help, he can't say Ahsoka's name because she, even though she wasn't a Jedi at the time, she was marked for Order 66. She's a Force user, which is not a good time for those around these parts right now.
Nope. So there you have that. Basically, like we could go one by one on this, but they're literally just walking through the cruiser trying to get to the med bay. So they're like grabbing the rope, you know, they're traversing the gap there on this rope, and then Wrecker's the last one, of course, and he's like, yeah, my head doesn't hurt anymore, I'm fine, you guys go without me, I'm good.
I like how
And
Omega's
they're
gonna
like-
be the one to, like, you know, boost his confidence. Like, you got it. You can do this.
All right, you're doing great, Wrecker.
It's like when your friend's scared of the monkey bars. Like, you can do it.
And then they fall, and you try not to laugh because
Yeah.
you were the one
Oh.
encouraging them.
Yeah, you broke your arm.
And that's exactly what happened. Wrecker fell, the rope snapped, and he got caught by one leg, like one of those bad cartoons.
Good thing this is a good cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you see something below the water line. And they're like, start climbing, and a tentacle grabs them.
I hope there's no testicles in that thing.
There's no, I don't think there's testicles. They're trying to impregnate Wrecker.
Yeah, so this is a Dianoga.
Dianoga, which is the one from the trash compactor in A New Hope. Same species, I believe, correct?
Yep. Has the eye.
I was waiting to see the eye pop up. That would have been really cool if, yeah. Instead, you get the full maw.
Yep. Which still looks really cool. Look like a sarlacc almost, too.
Yeah. The eye is on the other end, like the other end below its mouth.
Oh, okay.
Did we see it?
No.
It's covered. They pull Wrecker up, they get him away. You know, the thing tries to impregnate him, but they save him. And they're like, you know, they just make a joke, makes you miss, you know, fighting clankers. And he's like, yeah. They go in there and find the med bay. They go in there and, you know, so they see Peter Pettigrew. He runs off, he scampers off.
Scampering.
And, huh?
Scampering off.
Scamper. He's a scamp. And Tech's like, this will do nicely. And so they're getting into the surgical pod, and, you know, Wrecker's just sitting there. You can tell he's not feeling good. They get everything powered up. And Wrecker's still holding his head, and he's like, you know, just get it over with. They put Cerebro on Wrecker.
And now he can communicate with all the clones.
He can see all the clones all over the universe. They show up as dots. So they're scanning for the chip. They're trying to find the chip. And Hunter's telling Omega, you know, Omega's like, he's going to be okay, right? And it's like, just because it worked on Rex doesn't mean it's safe. And Rex, you know, just tells him, because Rex is still a soldier, you know, through and through. He's like, it's more dangerous to leave it in, so he has to have this done.
They did a really good job of animating her concern. Like,
oh, yeah.
in her face. Like, really good.
This is, so it's the same style, but this is leagues above the original Clone Wars run.
The shading
Just
is better,
like
the
season
lighting.
7.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, technology 10 years later.
Yeah, and this animation is even better than the season 7 animation. Like, it's the same animation, but like you can
Same
see
style.
it. There's difference.
Yeah. Wrecker's groaning more, and Rex is like, we got to speed this up. Come on. And then they get the pod up, ready to go. Record looks at it, then he looks back at them, or Record does. And Rex is telling him, you guys were lucky. You know, very few clones were immune to Order 66, which means there's more in the universe that we didn't know of that were immune to Order 66, besides Clone Force 99. Which that implication is going to be huge.
You can't assume they had a 100% success rate anyway.
No.
Can we just acknowledge the sounds right now? Like that.
Like just how good they did it. This show is just they're doing everything right with it, from the animation to the sound. For me, like, I love it. But then you see at this point, Wrecker's snapped.
Yeah.
And
he's going to wreck it.
He's going to wreck it and them. Puts on his helmet and starts firing at them. He's like, you know, good soldiers follow orders. And now they're all fighting Wrecker. And he doesn't have the stun on. He's got the full on kill. Yeah, he's got the live rounds. And they can't really stop him. He's going after Rex, and Hunter throws a knife at him. And then Echo tries to hit him with this large canister, and Wrecker stops it with one hand. And
I love their knives, and that they all have one. You know, that's
especially
so cool.
Hunter's knives.
Wrecker's is similar, isn't it? The one he just pulled from his boot.
Is it? I thought Hunter's were a little bit different. Koda, do you know?
What?
What's happening? They're knives.
Yes,
Sorry,
I love. Yes, I love Loki.
Yeah, the Loki, Tom Hiddleston. Okay.
Yummy.
Oh, their knives are. I think they're actually vibro knives. I want to say, but they're not.
Like mini vibro blades? That's so hard for me to say.
Vibrator braids?
Vibro blades.
Space vibrators.
Space vibrators. They all carry spice. They carry the spice vibrators in their boot.
I don't know. I know Hunter has the one right here.
Right,
and
and he's
Wrecker
got one in
has
his
the
boot too.
big one. No, Wrecker has the one in the boot.
Yeah.
But I thought Hunter had one too. I thought Hunter had like 3 of them.
It is a vibro knife.
Is it?
Yep. But they're different than a vibro blade. No, they're the same.
Just smaller. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway,
mystery
Thank
solved.
you for getting
this. When I saw the bolt, I knew who it was, and it made my heart sink.
From there.
Oh, that
this whole episode did.
Omega shot at him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sad.
This one had me like on the edge of my seat.
Well,
this
and then
whole
that look in
right
his eye.
Because they built it so much, the relationship with Omega and Wrecker coming up to this, and that made this work so good.
And then he's out to kill her.
I'm still in awe by the animation, seeing all the dust particles and stuff settling.
Everything.
It's so good.
The lights flickering just on every corner, and then but it's dark on some parts.
This is RTX on. So.
Basically, Wrecker's he's looking for Omega at this point, and she's just scared as hell. Because one of the people she loves and trusts the most, trying to kill her. You think that he finds her, but it ends up being Peter. And, Omega's like, oh, I'm safe. And then she looks up, and then there is Wrecker there. She's like, this isn't you, Wrecker. Wrecker. And she's like, it's the chip. And she's like, please stop. I don't want to hurt you. And she has holding the gun up. Wrecker just keeps going for it. He's like, yeah, she's a clone.
Oh, she's about to shoot him, too. Like, it was there.
She's like, Wrecker, I'm your friend. And then he says, good soldiers follow orders, and has this smirk on his face. But then he gets stunned, and then there's Rec holding his head. It's kind of like the same way that Kyle was holding his head yesterday from his hangover.
Mm-hmm. That bad
I
one.
imagine.
It was terrible. I need somebody to come take my inhibitor chip out.
Wow, you
Because
can't be
I lost-
trusted.
I lost all inhibitions and drank way too much Friday night.
And
Actually, maybe I needed
right.
one put back in. Maybe that's what it was.
He was at the bar going, "Good Kyles, drink more whiskey."
And he did. A lot.
He followed order 69.
I did not.
See, I love that she's just like she knows because she was an assistant to Kaminoan. I love that she knows about certain things, you know?
Yeah. Well,
like,
and here,
oh, he should be awake. Like, this isn't normal.
yeah, she knew that, but I also think so. I think that's a twofer. I think because I think she's force sensitive, and that's why she's so valuable right now. But I also think that, yeah, like Koda was saying, it's because she was an assistant to one of the top cloners.
Mm-hmm.
So she knows a lot of stuff. She's a smart little girl. She really is.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be a force to reckon with once she gets a lot more like experience out in the galaxy, like she's getting.
Yeah, exactly. And no pun intended, but she will be a force to be reckoned with if she's force sensitive.
Yeah. The joy on Koda's face when he said
Yes.
that.
I caught on to that, Koda. I was just waiting.
Mark?
I was just waiting to work it in. Ooh. That's why you had to change.
No, I actually had a stained ass shirt because I had hobo dinners for dinners.
You had hobo dinners in the packets?
No, like I made aluminum foil and everything.
Yeah. In the packets.
Yeah, you call them a packet? It's an aluminum foil box.
Aluminum
You
foil
just-
packet.
You fold it in.
Aluminum packet.
You put your butter in there, your seasoning, your carrots, your onions, your potatoes.
I don't know how you fancy people in certain time zones say things, but
Oh, piss off about the time zone.
Imaginary time zones.
imaginary time zones that don't exist.
Listen,
But here in our time zone, we call them packets.
Gonna fold arms dose about this and you guys.
let me dance slow.
And he's
too.
looking at you too.
Oh.
Take that, Koda.
Oh.
Take your cock central standard time and
Oh.
shove it up your ass.
Not that we're in that.
Yeah. Still better than Mount Taint standard time. So
Taint.
yeah.
Taint.
Charlotte, you tell him, huh? Egg her on. I will egg her on.
What?
From the peanut gallery.
Was that Stadler and Waldorf? Wait, is that Zach below you? Is he like sitting on the floor listening in?
No, Charlotte
Oh, okay.
is.
I'm like,
But we're in the same room, so like he can hear what I say, and he always is like has to be a smart ass about anything I say.
but you look like you just might have like he was sitting like Kyle. Did that not look like he was sitting like right below him and like Koda just whacked him on the nose with a piece of paper or something?
I was shooing Charlotte.
Like, Zach, go away.
Bad Zach.
Get a spray bottle. Anytime he makes a comment, you know, like just get a spray bottle.
I used to do that. It wasn't like as like, oh, he would say something I didn't like, but I had it for Charlotte, so she would stop doing certain things. And
Did
so
you have
like
a clicker for Zach too?
I had a shot collar.
Don't you know with
Zach-
clickers you get better behavior?
And positive reinforcement.
Yeah, positive reinforcement. It's like, oh,
Oh.
you washed the dishes. Very good. Kyle's face.
Who's a good boy?
He rubbed his belly.
Kyle is a good boy.
Son of a bitch.
And this is why our episodes that are 30 minutes, 28 minutes take an hour and a half to 3 hours.
We're almost at the end of this one, though.
Yeah, we're
Hey,
going with
we
that.
did great.
Real hot mic. So, well, to be fair, a lot of this episode too was them walking through the ship.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair. Omega says, I'm going to stay with Rekka till he wakes up. And then there is actually, I want to see because Kyle has seen Mandalorian. Rex is looking at his helmet. Okay, look at his helmet, Kyle. What do you see on it?
I see the aim assist thing that flips down.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I see? What is that little? It's like a valve. What is that?
That's
Where?
the ventilator, like where the
right
nose
here?
Yeah.
piece.
Am I supposed to be seeing something else? I mean, I
I
know that's the
it's
style.
staring you in the face. Hey, Koda, do you need to stretch?
No, I was looking down at my dog.
No.
under my
I'm
monitor.
saying, do you need to stretch to give Kyle a hint on his helmet? Your shirt.
It ain't the same thing.
It ain't the same thing, but it's similar.
It's not the same thing.
Giving him.
Oh, are you talking about the ones right here?
Yeah, because it's giving him a hint.
Oh, here's your hint. It's some type of
Eyes. It looks snake-like, but
Oh, it does look snake-like now that you mention it. Koda, what
No, I
does
can't
Rex's
unsee
helmet symbolize, especially towards the end here?
J guys. Yep, they're I think it's like Mandalorian speak, I believe, for something like brave or something like that. It's Jag is a Mandalorian word.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a Mandalorian thing. So I just thought I think it's cool that Rex still has that. You know what I mean? Even after all this time and after everything that he's done, I just think it's really cool.
1 second.
And the chair spins.
Zach got up.
No, it wasn't Zach. It was the doggo.
I just love. Huh? Yeah. Did you guys ever watch? It was an old show. It was the very first fully CG show on television called Reboot.
Mm-hmm.
It was about mainframe. It was the same company that did Mainframe Entertainment. They did Beast Wars. And then Shadow Raiders.
I watched Reboot because I thought that was just freaking awesome looking.
Oh, I love Reboot. Reboot, by the way, every episode is on VRV.
Oh.
There was this cook in there in the diner, and every time they ordered something, he would always go, "Huh?" And that's exactly what Zach sounded like.
Well, that's a long reach.
It was a long reach, but it reminded me of something. And that's what being in your 30 to 40 somethings, you're always going to remind you of, is something like that. It's not meant to be funny at all. It's just one of those like, oh, that reminds me of when I was younger. Just something really cool. Fuck you guys.
I mean, maybe.
You know what, Koda? When you get our age, you're going to want to remember this shit fondly. Because
love-
it reminds you of like better times when you could still eat spicy food and
Before
not
the
have to take
dark
Pepto.
times.
Mm.
Yeah, the Empire.
It was the best of times. It was the spiciest times.
I don't know. I freaking eat like a piece of chocolate and I get heartburn. I don't know, man. Are you sure that
Oh,
ain't now?
You're 20 years from now, you're in trouble.
I just started getting the chocolate heartburn like a year ago, and it's terrible.
I'm not there. I'm the spicy heartburn.
But here's the thing. Anything like spicy or like too sweet, like chocolate, it's always, even as a little kid, it's always been that way.
Okay, so you have problems with those then.
Problems.
But that doesn't mean I
Choices.
don't love chocolate.
Choices.
Choices. It doesn't mean I don't love chocolate on chocolate with more chocolate.
Tell us how
With
much
a
you love
little bit of
chocolate,
chocolate
Coda.
sprinkled on top.
Speaking of chocolate, Dakota, did you see the pictures I put in the Discord?
I am on keto, so no.
You didn't look at that?
You can look. You can look. You just can't
You
touch.
can look at it.
I know, but it'll tempt me to break.
It
I
won't tempt you
almost
to
did
break. Just
earlier.
look at it.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
You can look. You can look at all those pictures you want. It's like going to keto strip club. Look, but you can't touch.
You can sit on keto row
That would be like
with your bacon.
And they can rub the M&Ms all in your face. You just can't eat them.
I hate you.
But you can't touch Coda.
didn't fucking love you.
You can look, but you can't touch.
See, I have ADHD. Somebody would be like, "Oh, don't touch it," and I'd be like, "Okay, I did it."
He'd
Wanna
be in
watch
the
me-
shake bar, and
wanna see me
Coda
do
would
it
just
again?
Coda just be sitting there on keto row with his tongue out the whole time.
Ah.
Why are y'all making fun of me on keto?
We're not. It's just
No,
because you
I've
refuse
done
to
it.
look at the pictures I sent.
I do.
And he's being tempted.
I did. Oh no!
He saw.
He saw it.
Why?
There was
Why
two
you
of
do
them.
this? Yeah, I know.
They look so delicious.
They were too.
Describe the pictures for us, Coda,
In detail.
in detail. He's in pain right now. You're gonna be so much stronger for it.
So it's two chocolate shakes. One has like Oreo crumb layer with ice cream on top with Oreos and two straws, and the other one has M&Ms with whipping Q-lip.
He's cute. So let me go a little deeper for you. So on the Oreo one, it was blended with Oreos, with two Oreos with whipped cream on it.
It's cool.
Right. With Q-Whip.
Q-Whip.
The side of the mug was frosted. The whole outside of the mug was frosted with the white stuff from the Oreo and the chocolate crumbs on it. The other one had on the outside vanilla cake mix and frosting where the Oreos are stuck to. It had chocolate and peanut butter in it with more chocolate.
See, I'm trying to cut out all the sweets too now because I don't want to buy more clothes. And you're sending me that stuff.
Oh, well, I had to too, but I had to try it. This place is famous for it, so it was good.
Yeah, I don't want to buy more clothes either.
We should just send each other's clothes.
Oh, okay. That's not weird.
The Brotherhood of the Traveling.
Hawaiian shirts because that's all.
Hey, I've got a lot of real ones of those. I can, yeah.
Mhm.
Why do you wear Hawaiian shirts? Why not just wear like a nice flannel shirt?
Well, one, it's summer and I'm fat, and flannel's a terrible idea.
It gets very hot here, Coda.
Yeah. It's
It gets
muggy.
hot here too. I'm in a high
humid.
mountain desert.
Like, I don't know how. Yeah, but we've got like I don't know how it's over. Like, it has to be like over 100% humidity. That's the only way that any of this makes any sense. Everything gets all swampy. It's terrible.
See, we get both here. Well, it's either
I'm not
super
talking about the
humid-
environment.
Listen.
Swamp balls and ass.
Mhm.
Okay, it
Old
was
swamp
so
ass.
so it's been so
Swass.
bad the past couple days, right? We live in an apartment, so we had to get 2 of those like portable AC units that attaches itself to the window and then it sits on the floor.
Mhm.
Well, we have one for our gaming room and our bedroom, right? Well, last year it wasn't this fucking hot. And so it was fine, but the swamp cooler just doesn't do anything like at all. And so we had to plug the hole like today because it was literally yesterday like 104 in my hallway.
That's terrible.
You should
Better you than me.
put ice in your pants or
Mhm.
something.
Oh, it's fine in the gaming room and the bedroom. It's just you didn't want to go out like
You didn't
anywhere
want to
else.
traverse the 8 foot of hallway.
It's not even 8 foot.
Coda
It's
too.
like 5.
Coda left his drink in the kitchen and he steps out and goes back and he goes, I've gone too far.
It's not worth it.
Can't do it.
We can't cross the thermal barrier.
He sends
Like-
Zach out there to do it.
No, it was so bad that like I brought my dog's water and her food to eat into this room with us and with the AC.
So is that actually because you didn't want to go out there, or is that just being fucking lazy?
No, it
For the
actually
8
would have
feet.
required. No, it would have required more work to leave it out there. Not leave it out there, but to bring it in here. But do you get what I'm
would've
saying? It would have
required
required
more
more work.
To leave it where it was and and just get the scoop and feed my dog.
Well, no, the problem was it was like 100 and something degrees, and my dog is a black lab.
Hmm.
I ain't gonna leave her out there.
It's true.
You're a good pet dad.
You're a good pet dad. And
It's the only kind of dad I will ever be. So I don't want no kids. Anyway, that's just yeah.
back to the Bad Batch.
We're so close.
We're awesome.
What?
Who? Um,
I love the Force theme that played behind that, all that, with the little like do 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 do.
behind it, yeah.
I've got mine muted, so I can't tell.
I can't either, but I'll believe Coda.
I'm just reading it.
Oh, you only have subtitles going?
Mhm.
No wonder my ADHD is so bad.
Well, and because if we have it on, they'll be able to hear it too.
Oh,
Well, we haven't tested it. They may not. May only pick up the actual Zoom call, but we'll have to test that sometime.
Well, maybe because I'd rather hear you guys than the show. I can read.
Ah,
So I like to hear what you guys have to say.
see, I have a balance so I can hear both. But this is cute.
So
Wrecker apologizes when he comes out. Like,
yeah, he's ashamed.
I felt so bad for him at this point. Like
I did too.
he
I
had
love
zero
how-
control over it, but he still feels terrible.
First time I've noticed that he's had part of his ear blown off.
Mhm.
And Omega gives him, what was it called?
Mantel mix.
Mantel mix that apparently she's been keeping in her pocket the whole time.
It probably keeps well.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't. It just probably got like lint, like space lint,
Mm-hmm.
and like other gunk on it at this point.
Yeah,
Next thing you
This-
know,
because little kids' pockets are disgusting.
they are.
There's probably
And
got rocks
Coda,
in
you
there.
will not know this apparently, but they are gross. You don't know what you're going to find.
No, I have nieces and nephews.
Okay, so you know.
Okay.
So, yeah, the reason why I'm keeping it to nieces and nephews is because, like, occasionally I like hanging out with a kid, but like, when they start crying and they being brats, I can be like, go home.
What if they're just staying with you for the night? You still kick them out until you're 108 degree.
Go sit in the
Wayne?
hallway and think about your actions.
You go sit in the hot box.
Not the hallway of death, Uncle Coda. Yeah.
No, I'm the cool uncle. Okay.
It's like Mad Max in his hallway.
No, Okay, listen. I have gotten all of my nieces and nephews addicted to Star Wars, and I made them like practice lightsabers, and so that's what I would do with them all the time. And so now they're like little ninjas, and my sisters hate it.
Which is awesome, but now I'm picturing like your nieces and nephews out in the hallway going, Outlander!
What is
No.
Outlander!
Go away. Just go. Can't do the voice.
Go away. Just go away.
No, what it actually is them like being like, I'm no Jedi, or be like, I'm your father.
Okay, that is kind of funny.
And then there's that one niece that you always have that's like the blunt one. She's like, no, your dad's right there. You know. But this is where he's talking to Ahsoka Tano.
So you think it is Ahsoka at this point?
I think he's talking to Ahsoka Tano. How else would he know the Martez sisters? Who do you think told him that?
Well, I mean, they're part of the Smugglers Guild. And he's part of the Resistance, kind of.
Right, but like...
Maybe Bail Organa?
Maybe.
I mean, do you think it could be Bail?
It could be. But I am an Ahsoka fan, so like I'm gonna just
You're gonna hold
in
on
my
to
own
that one.
in my own headcanon, I'm gonna hold on to that one.
Kyle, who do you think he's talking to? Domino's?
Domino's. He's ordering a pizza.
He's ordering a
Ordering a
galactic
space pizza.
from the Space Noid.
Yeah, dang it. You beat me to it.
Ah!
I had no idea who he was talking with. You know, I mean,
It could.
I think, you know, he's helping kick off part of the rebellion. So maybe somebody from there. So Organa makes sense. I don't know.
It could be Saw Gerrera.
Could be.
Could be.
He helped train Saw.
That's true. But he also wasn't really good friends with Saw because they didn't really see eye to eye, though.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if like we'll see that play out.
They have a
Maybe.
common cause now. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think he doesn't seem the type to be a soldier without a war. He's going to find something to stand for.
Here's another just wild theory I thought of. You think we'll ever see Maz? Because she was ancient.
Yeah, she was a really old orange alien. Like I think this would be the perfect tie-in to have Maz Kanata show up.
Yeah,
Like,
Maz.
this
Maz,
series, I think it would be perfect for her to show up.
Because I love her
Especially-
character.
I wonder if she could be a rival to Sid.
Yeah, because she had her hands in everything. Kyle, you know who we're talking about?
Mm-mm.
Sequels.
Force Awakens, the one who goes, Han Solo, where's my boyfriend?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That one.
Hmm.
She's force sensitive.
Yo, when they first announced that it was a mocap character and that it was an elderly orange alien that was appearing in The Force Awakens, I thought it was Ahsoka. Because at that point, Ahsoka would have been elderly. Well, quote, elderly.
Yeah.
How long does her race live?
Until
Normally
Oh, good
to
point,
around
Kyle.
90, but like force sensitives live 200 to 300 years old.
So she wouldn't have been that elderly then at this point.
Mm-mm. But like her appearance would have been elderly, if that makes sense.
Would it have been though?
Oh, at this point?
Yeah.
No, she's still young as shit.
Yeah. You're talking in Force Awakens.
I'm talking in Force Awakens.
Should have been similar in age to Luke.
No, she's
Right.
similar in age to Anakin.
Oh, okay.
They're
yeah,
only
yeah.
like they're actually people don't realize it, but they're only like 4 years apart
Anakin and Luke?
in Ahsoka.
Oh. Well, I think it's because Ahsoka was just so damn young and immature during Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And Anakin just, kind of did his own thing. I think that's what
She's-
makes you think that she's like the little kid. You know what I mean?
She's younger than Anakin, right?
Yeah, by 4
Yeah.
years.
By
What
4,
Koda said.
the 4 years that
Mhm.
way. Okay.
I didn't know it was 4 years.
Because like Siege of Mandalore, she was 17. Anakin was 21.
Hard to
21,
believe they were
22.
that young during that.
Isn't it crazy to think that they had, for a better part of like a year and a half, they had a 14-year-old and a 19-year-old leading an
Mhm.
army?
I was getting in trouble at 17 for sneaking out of my house, and they were killing droids.
Yeah, they were way better people than you were.
Way
I
better.
got in trouble at 17 for sneaking into my house because I didn't want to go anywhere.
Little Koda, weren't you supposed to be at school? No.
No, I literally, so growing up, I used to live right next door to my school. I would literally leave class and walk home and not say anything.
I take it wasn't warm when you walked home. Or else you would have
No,
just stayed in the classroom.
Well, no. No.
That was good.
Even
That was good.
it was a good.
Thank you.
It was good.
Every
Oh,
once
look,
in
a butterfly.
look over there.
We're at 4 minutes, boys.
So Rex is like, I'll meet you at the rendezvous point, and then by the next rotation. And Hunter's out there behind him. And they're basically just saying, I knew you weren't out of this yet. And Rex tells him, I spent my entire life defending the Republic. I can't stop. And we're here. There's others out there. He's hinting at a rebellion going on, the early stages of a rebellion already, which I got super excited because now they're like naming it almost by name at this point. Even though we know because of Rebels, it's just small pop-up factions. It's not one big organized thing yet.
Mm.
Zach,
Well, that was Charlotte.
see, he's yelling at Zach.
Yeah. I'm definitely yelling at Zach. I'm
Okay, good.
yelling at the doggo.
And he's just like, when you guys get sorted out, let me know. Until the boys, I'll see you. Stay out of trouble. Rex goes off literally into the mist. And they give the traditional, if you're in trouble, reach out to us. And Rex just kind of nods. So foreshadowing. Complete foreshadowing.
Yeah, they'll see him again.
Next thing you know, someone's looking through the they're not binoculars. What are they called, Koda? There's a name for them.
Don't call them scanners.
There's a
see?
name. What are they called?
I can't remember. Thermo? I don't remember.
I'm Googling.
I'm on it.
But next thing you know, we see these two scrappers. and
Macro
saying intruders
binoculars?
confirmed. What are they?
Macro binoculars?
That might be them.
No, that's what the Jedi used.
Electro binoculars?
Yeah, one of them.
There were some sort of binoculars. But next thing you know, we see two scrappers saying intruders confirmed on the Jedi cruiser. Notify the Empire. What's the you remember what these guys are called, Koda?
The Scrapper Guild?
Yeah. They had an official name.
Who, these two?
No, not these guys, but like what they call them, like the Beskarians or something. They called the scrappers something from the video game.
Oh, I don't remember what
You
they
know what I'm
call them.
talking about? I can't think of it right now, but they had something they called them. But next thing you know, they say, notify the Empire. And that's the end. So great episode. We got Rex back. We've got, the inhibitor chips are all out of the clones now at this point. Well, or they're going to be, we know. So good ending. So
I would say
theories.
I'm curious about where it's going to go next, but I know where it's going to go next.
We know this next part. Yep. So I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on that episode?
I liked it. I was kind of surprised that they kept Wrecker's when he turned as short as it was. I thought that was going to turn into a whole thing, like a couple episodes worth. It ended up being like half an
Crosshair.
episode. Yeah. I thought it was going to turn into a huge, huge ordeal. And it was for the 2 or 3 minutes that it happened. And then, they subdued him and all that. But I really thought that was going to be a way bigger thing than what it was.
So, Coda?
So, I have a theory that I thought was going to happen after watching this episode. Will that work?
Yeah.
So I thought, they contacted the Emperor. I thought Crosshair was going to show up. And they were going to somehow capture him and shove him in the medical bay.
Good
Get
theory.
his tip out.
Good theory. I mean, it's not like that would have been far-fetched either.
Mm-mm. It was a good theory. I did like the moment. It reminded me of Clone Wars Order 66,
Mm-hmm.
where you saw Rex's pupils struggling,
Yes.
where Wreckers went.
And,
I love that.
That's kind
And
of what happened
I
with
didn't catch
Crosshair
that.
too, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. But what I loved is the sound. They did that little, and then had no sound, no music for just that split second for that dramatic effect.
When you knew he turned.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure if you would hear the music in Wrecker's mind, it would be going.
Yes.
So, yep. Thank you. So, our next episode is going to be entitled Reunion. We're going to take a quick bathroom break.
Yep. I'm going to pause the recording for a moment.
Yep. Before we get into this next one. And we will be right back in a minute.
Now.
I'm still recording. Okay, we're back from our potty break.
Mm-hmm. Some of us took longer than others.
I had to take a shit, okay?
Well, we weren't going to tell everyone you were blowing mud, but since that's out there now.
Yep, I'm not editing that out.
Nope.
Do you realize I have this much same? 0.
All the couth is gone.
And thank you, Coda.
What
Well-
can I say except you're welcome? I'm not your average weird Star Wars fucking nerd.
No. We love you, Coda.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 8, Reunion. Let's start. So, where are we back at here, Coda?
We're on Camino.
And we see the Death Troopers.
Bum, bum, bum.
Um,
All right, fine. I thought that was good timing.
no,
but-
I loved it.
No, it's,
Great
no,
job.
it's cool. No, it's all right. The moment's passed.
No, wait, hold on.
No,
No, going back. Okay,
no, the moment's already passed.
here we go. And we have, we're back on where, Coda?
Camino.
And we have the Death Troopers.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah!
Okay, that's better. Yeah, I feel better
Okay,
about it
there you
now.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, was I supposed to let out a scream?
And Coda's gate activated so we couldn't hear it.
It
Did
gated
it?
hard. Yeah, it gated
Yes.
hard.
So it just looked like
But yeah,
we were
you could
shitting again.
but you could just hear Zach in the background. What?
What
Which
the
is
hell?
ironic, yeah.
God dang it, Coda.
God dang it, Coda. Propane. We see Crosshair.
Bobby.
He is checking in, and he's telling them that the scrappers on Raqqa reported a power surge on a Jedi cruiser.
He's angry space Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, that's what he is. And he's like, "Well, send a squad." And he's like, "We're gonna need more than that. It's Clone Force 99." And he holds up. Okay, here's what I don't get. They know who the fuck Clone Force 99 is. Why is he carrying around a little pocket image of Hunter?
I think it was like the image from the dude's binoculars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like, you know, the hologram that came with the wallet, but it was with Hunter in it, or he stole it from. He was still secretly filming Hunter.
They had like in the gift shop on the base, like where the
Yes.
clones go in their downtime and buy things for their barracks.
Oh, hi, Hunter.
Everybody in all these pictures look the same. Well, we
They've
all
been, all
And
been
you were there.
replaced.
And you were there. And you were there. Can you imagine having the Wizard of Oz in Star Wars, but set during the Clone Wars? Just like in the middle of like a Clone Wars battle, and she just comes back and she's like, "You were there, and you in
But
what?"
You were there?
the
Well,
crossover we never knew we needed.
then it would be
Now
over.
we have to.
The war would be over in an instant because you'd have like Ahsoka throwing water on the Emperor and he'd melt.
Wicked Witch of the Outer Rim.
Melting poppies.
Just
You know the crossover we would need that would end the like anything against the Sith in like 2 seconds? Avatar: The Last Airbender, because like the firebenders could redirect the Force lightning.
oh, why didn't he just? Okay, I asked you this. We're going off track for a minute. You know what I'm getting ready to. You know where I'm going, right? Why didn't he just? Because it was the Emperor. It was his lightning being reflected back at him and killing him. Why didn't he just stop? He's like, oh, maybe I just stop shooting lightning.
Okay, here's the thing. It's a natural reflex if you think about it, right? If someone's coming at you and what you're doing
Like a
isn't
cat.
working, right? You're spraying water at the cat, but it's still coming at you, and you're still gonna try spraying water at it, right?
Yeah, but you're not getting shocked by the spray bottle to death.
Or
Or
it's
to-
lightning. Here's another theory. Why wouldn't it, you know how electric causes your muscles to seize up and you keep doing what you're doing? Like if you're holding on to like an
Don't
electric
come at
wire,
me with that science.
You know what I mean? It would cause those
No.
old ancient Sith muscles to seize up and he'd still be doing it.
That makes too much sense, and I want to be angry about it. Now I can't because you're going to
You
make
can,
sense.
you can still be angry about it, but that makes a lot of sense.
I had a point. Now I don't. Now I'm sad.
You had a dream. The dream was that you wanted to argue with Koda on this, and I fucked it up.
No, I wasn't wanting to argue with Koda. I just want to pick his brain on it.
That's the way I've thought about it.
There was a cat with a spray bottle.
No, like a reflex, like
Bad Vader. No. No. Don't rebel.
Just rubs his
that's
nose in
but
it.
that's the thing though, is
The
like,
saber.
Hits him with a galactic newspaper.
No.
can you imagine like after Vader's like destroyed a bunch of stuff, having to walk into the Emperor, the Emperor just like be like, "What the fuck, Vader?" Like that's actually happened in a comic book.
He said, "What the fuck, Vader?" Because that'd be great.
It would
Well,
be great.
No,
Oh,
I'd be like,
Vader.
If you
"What
think
the
about
fuck,
it,
Vader?"
Vader's little chamber that, like, you know, that he puts his helmet in on,
Mm-hmm.
that's like his crate.
It is.
Go to your crate and think about what you have done.
Like when the Emperor
know?
leaves to go out to eat, he puts him in that chamber. He puts a carabiner on it so Vader can't get out.
There's just like little bowls of the what was the mix from the Mantel mix and like little
Mantel
bowls.
mix are in there because last time he let Vader out without a carabiner when he went out to eat, Vader
Get a little-
pissed on his bed.
Get a little box in the corner. Little litter box, little Vader litter box.
I've always wondered, you know, Darth Maul, how he got cut in half and he's got metal legs? How the fuck does he take a piss or take a shit?
They probably rewired all that.
Probably has a space catheter. you put space in front of it, it makes sense for anything that you want to talk about.
That's true. Space catheter.
Space or galactic.
Space dildo.
Kind of like the Force. You just be like, it's the Space Force.
Yeah. Wait.
No,
No.
because this is real, Coda.
Yeah. The Space Force isn't real.
Master
I-
Chief is.
Great show.
I was gonna make a political joke, but I decided it was the wrong time.
Yeah, we try our hardest to actually stay out of politics on the show because we want everyone to be included. No, I'm saying
I was talking about Space Force with Steve Carell.
no. That's what I was going for too.
It was actually a really good show.
No, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad at anything, Coda. I'm trying to
Just trying to make
explain
you
to our
feel terrible.
listeners
Oh,
why you held back on it.
Oh yeah. No.
Now, galactic politics, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, no. Galactic politics we go on because that's the whole point of Star Wars.
Yeah. It's all it is, just a big political documentary.
It is.
Rise and fall of the Empire. Colorized.
And that's how Liberty dies, with thunderous applause. No, so Squirrel, Coda moment. Fuck. It's gone. Anyway.
That's the best right there.
What? When I'm like, I have a thing, and then I'm like,
Literally
No,
a second later, it's gone.
I'm going to get you a notepad to keep on your desk.
I have sticky notes.
How are those working for you?
They don't, because I don't use them.
Management by
blank?
Sticky.
Wait. So you have sticky notes all over your desk, but they're blank?
No, like I have sticky
You
notes.
represent forgotten dreams and ideas.
And so, like, when I, you're not wrong. When I like, because
What's
like
that orange one? God, I wish I
ADHD
knew.
is so bad, right? Like, I would write down. I
That
would
was a
make
happy
checklists
time.
for my day.
Mhm.
So like, I knew, and I'd carry that sticky note around with me. And
Wait,
like-
your entire day consisted of one word on a sticky note?
no, like I would have multiple
Taco.
sticky
That
notes
was a good day.
with a
Tacos.
checklist.
No chocolate. Poop. Star Wars.
In that order.
I'm so
Well
done
played.
with y'all. Why are you attacking me?
We're not attacking you.
I feel very attacked.
We've got a couple of weeks of pinup Coda jokes that we got to get out now.
Yep. We just got to get them out.
Well, if you would ever invite me to play video games, but
We do. You just don't message us back.
bullshit. Bullshit.
Standing in open invite every Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Open invite.
Every
You
standing.
think I'm gonna remember that?
Sir, they happen
You
once
have
a week.
fucking post-it notes all over your desk.
They're not all over because I don't write on them because I forget to write.
Okay,
what
okay,
I'm
okay.
supposed to
Do you have a writing implement nearby? Grab the writing implement and place it in your dominant
Coda
hand.
goes, what? Is that a straw? Is the
Oh,
answer a straw?
He's looking. Okay. Grab a sticky note.
Wait, you have
Do you-
sticky
what is
notes all
that?
over your desk, but nothing to write it with?
Well, I can't decide what one.
God.
But something that writes, Coda.
Anything that writes.
Oh, this one's a bullet.
Okay, yeah, use that one.
I don't
It
think he's
don't
talking
work.
about a
Oh,
pen.
okay, fine. Find one that works.
But that one's orange.
Fuck. You're gonna
Jesus
baby
Christ,
step through
Coda.
this.
I'm trying. Okay.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter
This
what
one
color
works.
it is. We
That
don't
one
see in
works?
color
Okay.
on this show.
You have a sticky note. Grab a sticky note.
I actually don't know where my sticky notes are.
But you just said they were all over your
Yeah, I thought
desk.
they were everywhere.
I didn't say that. I said I used to have sticky notes all over my desk.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, so do you have anything to write on? Okay, there you go. There
I'll
we
use
go.
an envelope.
Wait, no. He has Notepad on his computer. He can save a file to his desk.
Nope. We have to have a visual in front of him. I know how this works.
No,
Change
he
Change
knows
his
me.
background.
I know how this works.
If
I'm
I
the same
put it
way.
on my computer,
Okay.
it won't happen.
So write on said envelope, Spooky Saturdays, approximately 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Or Freaky Fridays.
Can you slow down? Approx.
Spooky.
I got that.
just put
Pro-
Spooky Saturday 7
Oh,
or 8?
damn it. I fucked up. I was trying to write approx for, and I will apox.
Oh yeah, you better fix it because you're gonna sit there forever trying to figure out what apox is, and then it'll be Sunday.
You're like, is it chicken pox? Two pox?
All the pox.
All of the pox. Is it epoxy?
There we go.
Well, we can't read it, but we're gonna. Okay, now I want you to place that somewhere that won't get
In
thrown
cock
away.
time.
Oh, in cock time. Okay, so on your keyboard, prop that up behind the number keys. The
Those
top
two
row.
are not mutually exclusive, by the way.
No. Okay, so
There.
you got
Not
it
with
where you can
Harry,
see
at
it.
least.
No. All right. We got that out of the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna check in on you like 2 or 3 times this week. Like you still have your envelope. You still have your reminder.
What envelope?
Ah, son of a bitch.
Jesus Christ. Okay, moving on.
Okay,
so
anyway.
they're saying that Crosshair is saying he needs more than a single force because it's Clone Force 99. They're highly skilled. You can find them on Braca, terminate them, and Crosshair's like, yep.
Sure enough.
Derper, derper, der. So next thing you know, we're on Braca, and you see Wrecker and Omega. He's saying that's how you. What do you say? That's how you disassemble a thermal detonator. And she's like, why do I need to do this? He's like, if you trip one, you need to know how to disassemble it. She's like, okay, whatever. Basically, it's easy. And he's like, well, if you're so sure, here, disassemble it. But she's like, but I only watched you once. So it's that typical little kid thing. It's like, yeah, I got it. And then when you put them to the test, it's like, but I only saw it once.
Mhm.
And he gave her 10 seconds to disarm it.
Yeah,
He's
this is
counting down.
the equivalent of throwing a kid in the pool to teach him how to swim. Except, with explosives.
Except this one will make you explode.
Yeah.
She cuts one. She starts panicking. She's like, I don't know what to cut next. She cuts the wrong one, and it starts going faster. And he's like, too late. Run for it. She runs and trips, and she hurt her little shins because that has to hurt.
Mm-hmm. It's basically she hit a space trailer hitch as
That's
she
what
walked
it
past.
was.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I have PTSD from you saying that.
that hurts. Like just the mention of it. Yeah. You've never done that. Lucky you. That fucking hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Especially if it's the 5/8, even 5/8.
Yeah.
You know the bigger one?
Yeah, you got a half and you got a 3/4 and you got a 5/8.
Is it a 5/8? Was I right?
I think it's a 5/8. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
because
big
the
ball.
quarter
All of
is
them
like
hurt.
teeny.
They're all
Okay,
metal.
but
Yeah,
the
they all
5/8
go
one really hurts.
When you hit them. This scene made me think of, was it Lethal Weapon? Where they're like the red wire, the blue wire, and they're trying to cut.
Yep.
And he's too old for that shit. Okay. Well, she's too
Yeah,
young for
'cause-
that shit.
She's too young for that shit.
It'd been funny if while she was cutting, she would have said, I'm getting too young for this shit.
So where it's paused right now, she kind of reminds me a little bit of Rey. Like when she's in her scavenger suit, kind of.
Oh, okay. Well, a little bit.
I mean,
Little
not a lot, just enough. Just this scene right here. I don't know why.
Well, she's
Just
slowly
kind of grinding.
getting more gear.
Yeah. She's got the comm. She's got the bow. She's got the little hydro flask.
Yeah, she's moving on
Plot,
up.
plot twist. What if she's actually Captain Phasma?
That would be awesome.
Oh. Did you just now think of that, or has it been you've been mulling that over for a while?
I just thought of that because I looked at the Force, not Force Awakens, the Star Wars cards that I have, and she's on one of them, and I just realized that underneath, Christy Goldie is blonde, and
Gwendolyn Christie
Gwendolyn Christie. Thank you.
from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get a little bit taller.
A lot taller.
Mhm.
She's super tall. I love her.
Where's the big woman? Isn't that what he says when he?
But
Was he? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
you need to make it happen.
I have HBO Max.
Make it so.
I've been okay. I've been watching Young Justice. Was that we'll get to that point? I promise.
No, Young Justice is awesome. New season
I
get ready to
love-
start too.
I know. I'm so excited.
And new season of, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Titans season 3 when we see Red Hood.
I've only watched the first season of Titans.
Oh, season 2 is so good.
So
Back to
many
Star
things I need
Wars.
to watch.
Anyway, yeah.
I'm back
Star
on. It's getting
Wars.
deeper now.
Omega's like, why didn't it explode? And Wrecker's just cracking him and say, it's a smoke bomb.
Now, this
He's like, you
leads
think of-
more to him as being the fun uncle thing. Like, I got you. Go get me a beer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. And he's like, haha, I farted in your face while you were sleeping.
You'd probably do that.
I guarantee you he would.
Hell yeah, you had the test go. She's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yep. And Wrecker's like, I failed my first time too. And you see them being watched. And here's how good
Their masks,
or
So-
awesome.
they're awesome. And I told you what they made me think of.
Cyclops?
No, they made me think of, they reminded me a little bit of Kylo's mask.
Oh, yeah. You said like the Knights of Ren.
And so I didn't know the connection to the game that you guys were talking about earlier from the scrappers. So I thought, like, well, maybe these are working for the Empire, like maybe they're remnants of Ren or something. I said, okay, anyway.
You want to know the reference I kind of thought? I thought it was like a mix between like the Hutt cartel and like Empire stuff.
Yeah, I can see that. Like Zero's faction of the Hutts or the like main faction,
Like the main faction.
like Jabba's faction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that. Because Zero's was way different. By Hutt standards, Zero was a prick.
He was. He was an asshole.
And that's hard to do because Hutts aren't good people.
Hey, there's
good
another
Hutts.
tie-in.
Yeah, that's true. They're walking and, they have their helmets down at the side. And I love how, they're just walking like normal. And Echo goes, we've got eyes on us. They knew.
Yeah.
The minute it happened. And Wrecker's like, yeah, I see him. And, there's Omega's like, how many? Like, stay 3. And he's, 3, Wrecker, you ready? They put on their helmets and then run. And then the scrappers, I love how it just said they grunt and groan. And they stun 2, and then 1 starts flying off. And to Wrecker's credit, he held that whatever it was,
For
the
a good minute
hover
there. Yeah.
hover elevator, whatever it is, down.
I wish it would have been like a Captain America moment, where he's holding the
Yes.
helicopter and then holding the thing.
Not
That
gonna
would've
lie
been
to you,
cool.
that's where I thought they were going with that. Like he was gonna hold it down.
It would have been a nice reference.
It would have been kind of cool.
I like how
'Cause they're
well
the same universe.
the scrappers blend in with the environment. Like their armor and stuff is obviously made from the metal because it's got that same kind of patina.
Yeah.
Go back a little bit. Do you see those birds?
Yeah.
Those aren't converies, are they? I can't tell.
They're in the last episode too,
Yeah.
right whenever they were coming into land.
I don't know. They're too far away to look.
Dang.
They're not porgs, that's for sure.
No. It'd be cool if they were converies.
Where did we see the converies at? I'm trying to remember.
The owl?
Yeah.
The little like cute, adorable owls. The
Mhm.
one that like always followed Ahsoka around.
All right.
Morai. She's a convery.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know. They're too far away to look. What do you guys think? Let us know.
Tell us in the comments. We're on the Discord. Join it and discuss.
Join and discuss. Tweet us. Do whatever. Let us know on Instagram.
Yeah.
And they're talking about how they need money. And Wrecker's like, how? And then, Hunter goes, Tech, what's the potential in here? And here's where you look for the first time. all their heads have been shaved in certain spots, and they have patches on there
Oh yeah,
where they got their discs removed, their chips removed.
I noticed that on record earlier. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
kind of
ki-
glad they buzzed on through that and they didn't have to make that a whole thing.
yeah.
Well, the surgery actually doesn't take that long itself. So
They could have done a
There's
whole
no point in showing
montage of all of them having it though, and I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, I'm with
yeah,
you.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like Tech with the side shaved.
I do too. I think he looks kind of cool.
Or-
You know who he looks like right now to me? Klaus from American Dad, and when he's in human form with the hair.
I was about to be like, he don't look like me.
No, well,
I
no,
didn't know that.
Klaus from American Dad.
Yeah, I
Who
know.
Klaus is also. Do you know what the connection is there?
It's a name I haven't heard in a very long time.
D. Bradley Baker is Klaus in American Dad, who's also the voice of all the clones.
Oh, connections.
Also the voice of Appa and Momo in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
You know, like as I've gotten older as an adult, because Dave Filoni directed a lot of the first season of Avatar's episodes, I noticed like the episode, like the things and scenes that were happening in like Clone Wars and Rebels. A lot of that same style of stuff was he did in Avatar, like just the way he'd pan the camera or like how
That he
things
did it,
were
the
written.
style.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, if you would have said that the cabbage seller was in Clone Wars, I'm like, I would have died.
I feel like there's something in there, like somewhere in Star Wars that Dave Filoni has touched. There's a cabbage seller reference.
Can you show me in Clone Wars where Dave Filoni has touched you?
Right here in the
Or
cabbage
Rebels.
patch.
There in the cabbage.
Touch me right in the cabbage.
Not my cabbages.
So Hunter asked Tech, what's the potential haul here? And they said the Jedi cruiser's basically been untouched because what did he say?
The Dianaga must have kept the scrappers away.
What is the Dianaga?
That's the thing in the water.
The creature thing.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, when they're using Wrecker for bait.
That's right. They were fly fishing with Wrecker.
Mhm.
Vet, you'll appreciate that one.
Fly fishing with Wrecker sounds like a horrible, like, public access TV show.
Sounds like when it used to be Up All Night on USA with
Mhm.
Rhonda
Oh,
Shear.
God. That's so
One of those
funny.
cheesy B movies.
I love those, though.
Fly fishing with Wrecker. I did too. Not for Coda. Because he
Oh.
was way too young when those were on.
Possibly not even born.
Actually, I don't think he was born at that point.
I'm gonna make y'all feel old. Okay, Dad 1, Dad 2.
Oh, we're doing that again?
Yes, Daddy.
Can you say that again into the mic so I can record that? That'll be whenever
Yes,
someone
Daddy.
whenever someone throws me bits.
Ooh.
Oh yes, Daddy. Is that good?
Yes.
Well, I may also have to take that.
Well, I'll take that for Spooky Saturday.
Mhm.
That'll be awesome.
Oh no, you know it'd be good is just like have me just like doing some random one. Like, oh yes, the baby worked the shaft. What's that a reference from? Oh,
Well.
Hellsing Ultimate Abridged.
What?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Helsing, I have
But
the original. I've got
I-
the DVDs. I've got the Blu-rays.
And you've watched the abridged version, right?
Yes.
We gotta get Kyle to watch it because he doesn't even have to watch the like actual anime to enjoy the abridged version.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, sorry,
Yep.
squirreled.
We got squirreled hard.
Okay. So They basically say a few of those weapons should clear our debt with Sid. So they're planning on scrapping the Jedi cruiser, so they can clear their debt. And Echo, Echo's still kind of the soldier. He's like, we're not smugglers, we're soldiers. And Hunter brings up the point: there's no Republic. We don't have any backing. We got to make money. So they all agree, and he's like, Tech, get to the bridge, get the power online. And I don't even think the only point that this served is Omega asked, what do we do then? Points at the scrappers. It showed that they didn't actually kill them. I think that was the only part, to be honest with you. So they're walking through the cruiser. And I really like this part. They see, what were they? Were they photon torpedoes?
Yeah.
Yeah. They see all this whole crate of weapons. And she's like, Wrecker, you're going to like these. And Wrecker's like, oh, yeah, he's a kid in a candy store. And he's trying to force his way open into this locked gate of all the photon torpedoes. And I love this part right here. Tech gets the power back on.
Okay, I thought for a second that's where the Empire was gonna like show up.
Right there. I kind of did too for a sec when the power came on. And then Omega, just pressed the button to open the door. And if he could, I think he would be making love to that torpedo.
Well, and what's crazy to think is those are actually really big because they're almost the same size as him, and he is huge.
Right. Well, it shows you. Well, I mean, they'd have to be able to down like separatist ships. So, and anything else that came their way.
I love that little banter like between Echo, and you can see that like Echo did do time with Rex to kind of be like, oh yeah, hey, we're soldiers, this is what we're supposed to be doing. And Hunter's just like, eh.
Yeah. Well, and that's how you can tell the deviation from 99, like you're saying. Is that what you're going at? Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. Omega goes to help Tech, and he's like, here, go put this under the panel. And then Omega's just looking out at the graveyard, and she asked Tech, what was the war like? And it was a primary mission objective comprised of battles on various fronts. And she's like, but what was it like? And he's like, I just told you. And that just shows kind of the disconnect of Tech and like pretty much the rest of the world, because he thinks in terms of battles.
What? Well, and logic.
And logic, right? Not emotion. Like, she wanted to know, what were you feeling? Because she's very empathetic. Tech has no empathy. He's numbers.
See, I think this scene also like even further like showed she's force sensitive because she like looked up, like she knew something was coming, and then it starts blinking.
Yeah, I think you're right. She's like, what's this? And he's like, it's the proximity sensor, and it's, it's a short circuit. And then you see the ships flying overhead, and Tech's little visor goes down, and he's like, we've got company. I think Tech knew who it was, to be honest with you, at this point. Because he's like, it's the Empire. And now we're back with the clones. And what is her name? You remember?
Nalase.
Nalase?
No, he doesn't want to say.
Oh, I thought it was
No,
Nalase.
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 I want to say. I know. You can say it.
You can say it, Koda. He keeps quiet. She goes to talk to the
It's
Prime
Nalase.
Minister. That's all you'll say?
You sons of bitches. Fuck you.
um,
I love you guys.
the Prime Minister goes, the Empire's mission on Bracca poses a threat to our contingency plan. I will have to call upon further assistance. She's like, is that wise? We already have someone handling matters. As long as one of the bounty hunters deliver the young clone intact, that is all that should concern us. Now we know who hired Finnick, but we don't know why. We had guesses. We fathomed guesses at this point. What did you guys guess at this point?
I thought Boba Fett was going to show up.
Really? You thought it was going to be Boba? Boba's still young.
So? He's still a bounty hunter.
Oh, good point. Because he was with
He was actually with Ventress and
that's right.
Lazarathi, Heising, and Bosk, and Dengar.
Was Dengar in there too? Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
For like one episode.
I have to go rewatch that episode.
I feel so lacking in my knowledge.
I loved Lazarathi as a bounty hunter. I loved her little like thing that she could like
The whip
spin
thing?
and like the like plant look. Yeah,
Well, and she kind of looked like, I don't know,
She was
what species
pink.
was she?
I have no idea. She was such a cool character.
What was she
Because, like-
from? Was she from Clone Wars? Or was
Clone
she
Wars.
from?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's Clone Wars exclusive, and like the character was like very pale skinned.
It was like a pink color.
Yeah. But she was really cool. Next thing you know, they're like, yep, it's Crosshair. We know he's after us. And Hunter's like, they're already on board the cruiser. We need a covert way out. So basically now we know that they're trying to escape with these weapons that they're trying to get off here. And you see that the clones are already at their cruiser. And it's like, we found the ship, no one's inside. And Crosshair's like, secure the perimeter. So we know that they're being hunted at this point actively. They know where their cruiser is. They know where they're headed. And then Tech's trying to tap into their comms to get the movement. And of course, it's the typical Star Wars or, just any movie that we watch or TV show where it's the cat and mouse. They're hiding in the dark corridors.
Yep. I like how you can see how the stormtroopers are moving like the stormtroopers we know from
Yep.
the original trilogy. And also very oblivious to shit because they didn't look right. They just went right down. They turned left and went down the hallway and didn't see anything.
It's not like
Well,
Wreckers.
I mean, we find out later why they did that though.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
But Kyle's right, though. It's typical stormtrooper fashion.
Open the blast door. Open the blast door. Close the blast door. Close the blast door.
That's what it is. They go to the, what is that? The gun deck, I guess it would be.
Artillery deck.
Artillery deck. And all of a sudden, they're cornered. Not even so much cornered as caught in the middle.
Yeah.
And Crosshair's like, give it up, you're surrounded. And Tech tells him, Echo, what'd he say? Reroute all the power to the cannons.
Mm-hmm.
And Echo's like, if these cannons fire, this whole deck's gonna cave in. And he's like, Echo's, yeah, exactly. So, and that's kind of the recklessness of Clone Force 99 too. They'll pretty much do anything to get the mission complete to a point. They can see that they're not going to give up, so they're getting into positions, getting closer, and Echo gets it done. And they fire the cannon. They're trying to they're trying to
It's like priming the cannon right now to get it ready.
yes, they're stalling time.
That whole exchange reminded me of the Rex and Jesse banter during Order 66 in Clone Wars.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I will go with that because yeah. They fire the cannon and it, of course, collapses everything. And
I like how Omega started kicking ass like at that point. Like she took 2 of them out,
yeah,
like in pretty quick succession.
Her bow is so freaking cool. I love it.
Mhm.
it's awesome. And then Wrecker, is just throwing people over.
Yeah.
And then here's what I love too. This is the first time we see a flame trooper.
That obviously doesn't understand the range of his weapon.
No, not at all.
I mean, we saw him in the Clone Wars, but in this series, yeah. Like
Yeah, I mean,
Empire days,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. We saw him in Clone Wars, but this is the first time in Bad Batch we've seen him. And I just always thought the flame troopers were always really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, the ones in the Clone Wars knew their range.
Yeah, that one was short by about 1.5 feet.
I love this.
Being in
like just being inside the engine.
Yeah. So they know that they couldn't go forward, so they were going backwards. They were going. Let's back up a little bit. Their plan was to escape through the back of the ship, the aft of the ship. Crosshairs, everyone's getting up from this accident, and they're like, they're avoiding all the choke points, and they figure out, they're heading aft. He's like, get to the bridge, wait for my orders. They bring in the shuttle, and that was just kind of a cool looking scene right there. Just the way that it looked, and like Kyle was saying, the animation, the lights, just everything.
I also love the textures too, because it doesn't look like they just copy and pasted the texture of one rusted thing all the way around.
Like they put the time and the effort into doing each panel. Yeah. Because some looks more rusted than other. Like, so looking on the floor, like some was like blue, some wasn't. So yeah, they put some time into this. And and just one of those funny moments where Echo or Omega's like, I've never been in one of these, and Wrecker tells her it'd be even weirder if you have.
Like, why would you have been in one?
That's weird. I love this part too, where Tech is trying to explain, these chambers are quite the engineering marvel. This blast primer coating is capable of withstanding, and Wrecker's like, no one cares, nerd.
Get wrecked, nerd.
And he pushes him.
He pushes him hard.
To the point he falls off. So
I like that how you had it paused there. He was like all sprawled out as he was.
Yes.
I love that she's like so small too. She's like ducking in these little crevices.
Oh, she is, isn't she? I didn't even notice that. Tech sticks his head out and almost gets shot. And they know Crosshair's got him. And, Crosshair's yelling at him. It's like, I told you we got you surrounded. And Hunter's like, double back. They're trying to get back. And then they hear a rumbling. And they look up. And Hunter goes, the engine's coming online. Sounds like, and they're like, that's not possible, right? And Tech's like, yeah, technically it is. I restored power to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So the engines can be activated. And this was a beautiful scene. Like, I love seeing the plasma coming out of the engine there.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing also the air just being sucked in, and then that little dust as it's shaking off the on the thing where his hand was.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. I didn't notice that the air was being sucked in.
that's how that works.
Oh. Well, they're
Science.
trying to science.
Space science.
Space science, that's true. Well, and then they're trying to think of how to get out of there, and Wrecker's just throwing out stuff, and like, this has nothing to do with this situation. And Wrecker's like, well, you think of something. And they're just they're all trying to little infighting, trying to figure out how to get out of this. And then who was it? Was it Echo that said, yeah, Plan 7 has nothing to do with the situation whatsoever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just throwing stuff out.
Who is that? That's Hunter, isn't it? It says, can we
Wrecker
use
just
the
trying to
explosives?
contribute.
Wrecker is just trying to help. Hunter says, can we use the explosives from the armory to disable the engines? And I really like this part right here where Tech's like, it won't be large enough to affect the chamber, but if we place it around the cone, we may be able to break away from the cylinder. And I love Omega. Breakaway, you mean fall? All the way down? And it's just like, she's trying to process this whole crazy plan while the rest of them are like, yeah, pretty much. That's what we do. So they all grab the explosives. They start putting it around the engine there, the cone around the engine. And Wrecker can jump. He jumped really high to place this
Wrecker's got some
explosive.
hops.
Yeah. Well, they have to lift Omega up there to do it.
I love that. That kind of shows that they've been doing stuff together too.
Yeah.
It's like she just knew
What to do? Yeah. And then next thing you know, here goes the engines firing up, and Wrecker tells them get down, and they hit it, and the protective coating around the engine falls, the cylinder. And Crosshair thinks he has them. They're walking back, and in all of my time watching Star Wars, I don't think I've ever seen this. A Star Cruiser's engine like burning someone like this. I can't remember seeing this before.
Mm-mm.
Because
also-
Because they're usually in space.
yeah. Well, and
What's
I mean
also-
they've been in dock before,
Well, yeah.
but no one's been behind them.
And it's also kind of crazy to think like the amount of and the type of radiation that's just like coming out of these.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
if you look, it's not necessarily just like burns. Like it also looks like it's some type of weird radiation chemical burn.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like a plasma, some sort of plasma. And
Mm-hmm.
it's nuts to think that cylinder around it is what kept it focused. And when that thing was off, like how big the blast radius is on that thing. It's gigantic.
And it's crazy cool to think about. Like when you usually see the engines, that
Mhm.
last edge is usually just looks like a wall of light.
Right. But this, you just see like the whole thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was a cool part. And it's got Crosshair pinned down because he's getting the shit burned out of him. And he's like, turn the engines off, turn them off, damn it. They turn off the engines, and he's out. But yeah,
And
like,
he's spent.
he's spent. And I mean, you're right. It does look like he's got like, it's like a nuclear burn. You think like nuclear radiation or something. Whose ship is that? That's Crosshairs. They go to pick him up. And I mean, he's out. He's completely out. He's just groaning. And then he's like, he gets mustered up enough strength. He's like, they're headed for their ship. Stop them. Ugh.
I wonder if he's going to be scarred up from here on out.
I kind of think he will be. There's no way you cannot go from this unscathed.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool look for him.
Well, if a
It'd be a
medical
cool
droid
visual
can't
for-
patch
yeah.
him up, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they get back to they get back, and then they see the troopers that were guarding their ship. They're all dead. And he's like, Hunter goes, someone's here. This wasn't Scrapper's handiwork. And then you hear this, wasn't much work. Wasn't much work. I can't get it right, but very robotic talk.
Mm.
And then I lost it at this part.
I screamed.
I did too. So he is one of my favorite characters from Clone Wars. I'm trying to get his action figure too. It's hard to find. But then it pans up and we see the space cowboy, and it's not Spike Spiegel I'm talking about. I saw the blue face and knew exactly who it was. Koda, who is it?
This is Cad Bane.
Can you explain Cad Bane for us, please, Koda?
It's not Spike.
It's not
Cad
Spike.
Bane.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
Oh, that's the one you got at Walmart, wasn't it?
Yep.
His
It's not
Walmart's
Spike.
Yeah, his Walmart's so much better than mine.
I have 3.
Where'd you get him from? If you say Walmart, I swear I'm gonna come fly up there, punch you in the nuts.
That was
and
an
then
odd
fly
pause.
back.
But Cad Bane, he was a notorious bounty hunter during the Clone Wars. He caused a lot of shit and even could go toe to toe with 2 Jedi Masters.
Mm-hmm. He was
2.
amazing. He's a great fighter, great
He-
shot.
Yeah, he even held his own against Obi-Wan in a lightsaber duel very briefly,
He is.
which says a lot.
What race is he?
He is
It starts with a D, doesn't it?
yeah.
Why do I want to say it's like durian? It's not durian. No, that's a stinky fruit.
Duros.
Duros. Is that the name of the planet, or that's the race?
I think it's the name of the race.
Visually, he looks awesome. Because this is the first time I've seen him.
Well, he's got this weird accent too.
Yeah, like the robot T-ness is not like heavy.
No,
Like it's real light. But I didn't catch it until after he started talking a little bit. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's a little
well, it's
got a
very
little auto tune
gravelly.
in there.
It's very gravelly, and he's like, and I get to Jedi.
Hmm. And like, I don't know, just he's voiced by Corey Burton, Count Dooku slash. Who else Corey Burton play?
He's done a lot,
A lot.
but he's seriously one of my favorite characters. What was his robot's name?
Toto,
Toto.
voiced by Seth Green.
Oh, was it?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, listen.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Now that you mention it.
Yeah, but I was so excited because there was some unfinished Clone Wars episodes where we actually think he's dead, but I'm glad he's not because I love Cad Bane.
I do too. He's just a great character. He had some great arcs, and he was dangerous. He was known as a notorious Jedi killer.
He even kidnapped the Supreme Chancellor.
That was
And
the
the
last time
six-
we saw him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because he got away from that.
Oh my gosh, it was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. That's cool. I didn't think about that. Was the last time we saw him.
This is the last time we saw him. But then you find out that Palpatine hired him to kidnap himself. So
I mean, I would too. I would get sick of playing the good guy, because like if he's kidnapped, he can just be evil.
yeah. Well, and then if he came to power, that's when he would have released him too. So
Mhm.
at least that's what we assume. But I am kind of disappointed we don't see like any of his crew here, because he usually runs with a crew.
And it's the same crew that Boba Fett runs with too.
Yeah.
During this time. I wish it would have like been all of them. But like I think that would have been a little bit like overpowered for them. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
then they would
I
have had to throw somebody in there to balance out the like power levels. So they'd have to throw like a Jedi in there.
Yeah. And then Cad, he's very, very cowboy-like. He's got the toothpick, and he's got his breathing apparatus, which they breathe out of their. I'm guessing it's like gills.
No, he actually doesn't need one of those.
Oh, that's right. It gets taken off, doesn't he?
Yeah, he can take it off. It's just so he has that breathing apparatus. He's immune to force chokes, and if he gets like launched into space or whatever, or needs to go underwater.
Oh, okay.
You feel like
we've
they modeled him after like Clint Eastwood, because that's all I can think of when I see him.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've also seen his race in the movies too. Now that I think about it, I think it was in A New Hope in the bar in Tatooine.
That's not the only place we've seen him.
That's the place that stood out to me. But he was like way in the movies, like way more pale blue than the dark blue we see here. If I remember right, I could be wrong.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So, Kyle, look at his hands. They're weird.
He does have
They're
weird
like
hands.
long.
That last
like-
joint is extra long.
Well, look at his index finger. It looks like a thumb, a super long thumb.
He's got extra thumbs.
He's all thumbs.
You know who also has weird, creepy looking hands? Aura Singh.
Yeah. And Kyle. I like how Koda just looked at you.
But no, I love Cad Bane.
There's a lot of freaky fingered people in Star Wars.
You're not gonna be able to unsee them now. You're always gonna be looking at their hands.
No, that's just you.
Okay, maybe.
Tyrillian Django jumpers also have creepy hands.
Which ones are those?
I'll explain after that. Oh,
Yeah,
Tyrillian Django jumpers. You know when like Ahsoka gets her lightsaber stolen?
Right.
Like they have the weird long, creepy hands.
Oh, those. Okay.
It's also the same species as the eighth brother. You
That's
know the
right.
the one Inquisitor that showed up for 2 episodes and then
Right.
just
He sucked.
I loved his voice though.
No, his voice was awesome, but he sucked.
He
He was
did.
terrible. He was the worst Inquisitor ever.
Okay, no, the sixth brother is the worst Inquisitor ever.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, the sixth brother in the Ahsoka novel literally gets his lightsaber blown up by a quote half trained, which she was trained by Anakin, so she was actually really decently trained. A Padawan with
See,
no
I need to read that
lightsaber.
Ahsoka. I need to read that Ahsoka book.
Yeah, he's pathetic. He dies.
To be fair, they all died.
Well, and to
Eventually.
be fair, they were held at a certain level of power, so they couldn't ever overthrow or.
For
become
those
too
who don't
powerful.
know, can you explain the Inquisitors real quick, Coda?
Yeah, the Inquisitors were created to help Darth Vader, the Inquisitorius, hunt down Jedi Knights. And a lot of them were comprised of fallen Jedi. And Jedi that had been tortured and turned to the dark side and
Twisted.
twisted,
completely.
manipulated.
I mean that. I think you hit it on the head. Like some of them, if you read the backstories on some of them,
It's tragic. It's sad.
it's terrible. Like who was it? Was it Ninth Sister? I can't remember. It was like one of the higher number ones. She was like the most sadistic of them, and she was like one of the best Jedi that they had. But they put her through such torture, they broke her mind.
Oh, is it the one from Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah, that one.
Isn't that the ninth
that two?
sister?
I can't remember which one it is.
Well,
But
the
it's
second sister was the one in
terrible.
Rebels, and she was awful.
Okay, it wasn't Second Sister, but you
It
know
was
who I'm
the-
talking about, though.
Is it the second sister?
I think it was a different one. Like there's one because she only appeared in the novels. Kyle
I
looks
don't know.
so bored listening to us right now.
I'm
Yeah, I
taking it
know.
all in because this is very interesting. I'm not bored. I'm like, this is my soaking it in face. These are things I didn't.
To
I
be fair,
didn't
that's
know.
also your wet in your pants face after you've been to the bar.
That's that face.
That's that right there. There's like it was you.
Hmm. I'm trying to think of what one it was.
Well, if you find it, let us know.
Yeah, keep going.
So Cad, like I said, I love the way Cad just talks. He's a cowboy through and through, like an outlaw. He's like, "Ain't you smart?" And he's like, "The kid's got it all figured out." And then the little robot, you're in trouble now. Who hired you? And he's like, "Son, that's confidential information." And you can see there's a standoff coming. He's like,
Mhm.
hand her over, and it's like, "She's with us. She's not going anywhere." And you see Hunter, his hand back for his blaster. And Cad goes, "That's too bad for you." And he doesn't even have his hand by his blaster. It's on his belt. Just kind of tapping.
Yeah, it's not a blaster that can be drawn quickly because it's got the scope, everything. Like it's a bulky blaster.
Yep. And they stare each other down, and then all of a sudden it was the quick draw. And Hunter hit his robot's leg, blew it off, his booster, and Hunter got nailed in the chest plate.
Mhm.
And is this the end of Hunter? Omega draws her bow, and the little robot hits it out of there, and Cad goes, "Sorry, little lady," and then he stuns her. And that's the thing about Cad; he'll do anything for money.
For the right price.
Yeah, like literally, he would sell his own mother.
I love it because he's literally said it. He says, "I'll take on any job, for the right price."
For the right price, yeah. And it's not just once he said that either.
Mm-mm.
It's multiple times. And then next thing you know, we see Crosshair just bandaged up like a burn victim, which he is at this
He's got
point.
the respirator on.
Right.
I think he's going to emerge with a cool new look after
I think
all
he
that.
is too.
Yeah, very sinister look.
Also, fun little fact, in the game Republic Commandos, this is a very similar style HUD that you have in the game
Is it
as
really?
like a Republic Commando.
See, I bought that during Star Wars Day, so I need to install that and try it. It's Hunter who woke up, and you see, he's hitting the chest plate, and they're trying to get him to the ship. You see him limping along. This is an awesome scene.
I like how you
way it was
mentioned the HUD from the game because I was watching it with my son, the little guy. He's like, "It looks like a video game." Like the first thing he said. He has no idea what's going on in anything. He just watches it because I'm watching it. But
They get away, and then they take off Hunter's helmet, and he's like, he took Omega, and they're like, who? Crosshair, and it's like, no, a bounty hunter. And he looks and says, "We have to find her." And that's where we ended. Hunter just looking just serious. So we know that they're going to turn the galaxy over to find her at this point. So, all right, predictions. What we think is going to happen here. Like, I'm thinking that they're going to go back to Sid and say, "Find this information now." Like, they're not going to be nice. They're not, "Oh, we owe you money." It's going to be like, "Find this information. We'll settle up later." That's what I think is going to happen.
Or they're going to threaten her.
no, Sid's kind of partial to Omega.
Yeah, she actually does like Sid.
So
Or
I think
Omega.
I think they come back with the info, and I don't think they'll even have to ask Sid for help. I think she's going to offer it up.
Sid will probably go, "She's the smartest one out of all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Dummies."
So
I-
trying to figure out who the bounty hunter actually, because there's a lot of people after them now.
I think this is the camions, like the prime minister when he said, I've enabled the backup plan or the
Contingency plan.
Yeah.
And if you recall, they were helping Clone Force 99 escape,
Yep.
right? So I'm not too worried because I know Cad Bane like wouldn't hurt the girl unless they told him to.
Right.
So like I'm not worried because she's going back to Camino, but I'm also worried because that means she's that closer to the Empire.
Mhm.
Oh, but it's given me Mandalorian-esque vibes, like the plot.
I'll go with that.
Because, like, you know, Grogu gets
Yeah.
taken, then they literally ravage through the entire galaxy searching for him.
Yeah.
So
I'll go with that.
What, you mean Star Wars is going to reuse a storyline?
The Force Awakens. Sorry.
You know what? I still like The Force Awakens.
I did.
Mhm.
The Force Awakens was my favorite one out of the sequels.
No, I liked them all in some aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
like some weren't my favorites, but
I think
all in all, as a Star Wars fan, it made me happy.
I liked them all. I think I let myself get too hyped up about over a bunch of theories that didn't come true.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and that's one thing I think that, you know, not just us, but I think people need to get in better. Like, you're going to have your theories, and everyone's like, oh, this would be great if this happened. But more than likely, the story's already laid out.
Yep.
And so if it wasn't there, you can't, like, wish it into existence.
Oh, I know what's going to happen here. Who hired Cad? Mephisto.
Ah, of course, it's always Mephisto.
It's Mephisto. See, you don't see me getting pissed off because it's not Mephisto yet.
No, it's coming.
It's brewing.
Yeah. And they're probably taking her to Reed Richards.
Reed Richards, who is Mephisto.
Mm-hmm.
No, you've got it all wrong, guys. They're gonna end up going to Bruce Wayne in Gotham.
Really? We're gonna go there?
Well, it's because now they're gonna go see Elvis, who's running a daycare center for the Muppet Babies.
I thought you were gonna make a Bubba Hotep reference.
I was thinking about it, but then I went for the Goonies reference instead.
That works.
I don't know. I just think that they're gonna find Ahsoka, like Ashley Eckstein said, somewhere in the galaxy, with harvesting unicorns on a cupcake farm.
I'll go with that.
I'll go with that too. I like that better. So with that, you have just sat through almost 3 hours of us rambling incoherently, like so normal episode. Except we covered 2 episodes in this one. So now we should be caught up for this next week.
Yep.
So hopefully we can get back on schedule this next weekend.
Let's not jinx it.
Something will fucking happen.
Like one
that
thing,
anime
it's another.
convention you were talking about.
Oh yeah, that.
Hey, Guyver,
Yes.
I'm not trying to. I'll tell you after. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay. But with that, we've had our predictions. This has been Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. We really appreciate you guys listening to us. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And Koda, thank you.
And I'm Koda.
Yeah.
Thank you,
He's
Koda.
not Silent Koda. So
He's back from training.
Yeah, he's doing well, as you can see. So thanks
He's
for
stronger than ever.
sitting in with us on this one tonight.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
these
happy
two.
to be back. It's been a hot mess.
Yeah, we're glad to have you back. And
Yeah, I miss you guys.
So all you guys out there listening, have a good night, good evening, good day, whatever it is, and be good to each other.
See ya.
Bye.
Toodles.
Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made up word.